meeting for you to talk about your concerns about retirement. You want to know if you're going to be okay? Let's find out. 610-894-7415 or go online, retirereadyfg.com.
Insurance and annuities offered through James V. Cipriotti, NPN number 2083768.
That'll be 5452.
Perfect. Grab the bags, honey.
Mom, why do you always check your phone before we pay?
I'm just claiming my cash back on the Upside app. Since we're getting a $10 bonus on groceries here and we filled up the car on the way, we already earned enough this morning to pay for some extra treats you can bring to school this week.
Wait, so the app pays for snacks?
Not exactly, but the cash I earn on stuff we need helps us pay for the stuff we want. It's just a little win for our family every week.
With Upside, you can earn cash back on your everyday essentials and back-to-school favorites. The free app also gets you cash back on routine purchases like gas and dining out at more than 100,000 locations nationwide. No points, no rebates, just cash back straight to your wallet. Download the free Upside app and use promo code SCHOOL10 to get a $10 bonus on your first purchase. That's promo code SCHOOL10 to get a $10 bonus. Remember, use promo code SCHOOL10.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Pennsylvania's Attorney General announcing that Agostino Abbiatello, the alleged leader of a cocaine trafficking ring involving Penn State University students and 2 student fraternities, surrendered this morning. 13 other suspects are also charged. The 24-year-old former student denied bail in an arraignment today. Here's ABC's Matt Rivers.
Officials say the group brought in kilos of cocaine at a time in 2023 and 2024, making trips to Philadelphia and New York City to refill their supplies. Former students Agostino Abbiatello, Thomas Robinson, and 3 others facing federal corrupt organizations and conspiracy charges, among others. 8 others facing misdemeanor charges. The parent of 1 student charged for allegedly interfering with the investigation.
Penn State University officials say the school is cooperating with law enforcement. The battle over reopening the Strait of Hormuz heating up. President Trump claiming that the strait is now part of U.S. territory. Iran says it controls the shipping waterway. Air defense systems today in the UAE activated due to a missile threat. It's primary day across 4 states, including in Florida and Alaska. It puts the spotlight on recent GOP-led redistricting efforts for key congressional races that could help shape the midterm elections and control in the House and Senate. In Massachusetts, defense attorneys are presenting their case in the Lindsay Clancy trial. The mother, on trial for killing 3 of her children, says she was suffering from postpartum psychosis. Her attorneys argue she did not get the proper medical treatment. Her former mother-in-law, Sandy Clancy, testifying today and talked about text messages between her and Lindsay, saying she was begging for help before the killings and everyone was concerned about the medications and blamed them for worsening symptoms.
Lindsay was struggling. We were all very concerned.
The testimony could weaken prosecutors' claims that Clancy was not serious about her mental health treatment. You're listening to ABC News.
In a recent survey of 123,000 wireless customers, Pure Talk was the only wireless company to receive 5 stars in every category: coverage, support, value, and data. What else do you need to know? Switch to Pure Talk today and get any plan, including their top-shelf unlimited data plan, for just $15 a month for your first 3 months. No contract, no commitment. Dial pound 250, say micro, and let Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team help you make the switch.
These days, heading back to school means more than pencils and notebooks. It means laptops, tablets, online accounts, and a lot of personal information moving across the internet. WebRoot Total Protection gives families powerful online defense tools with antivirus, VPN, cloud backup, identity protection, and more, helping keep your digital life secure throughout the school year and beyond. Go to webroot.com/radio and get 60% off today. That's webroot.com/radio for 60% off. Live a better digital life with WebRoot, because peace of mind shouldn't be optional.
Los Angeles Lakers Governor Jeannie Buss is trying to stop her family from selling their share of the team as Mark Walter is selling his majority stake to Josh Kushner and former Disney CEO Bob Iger for $12.5 billion.
ESPN's reported on Monday that most of the Buss family voted to sell their remaining shares to Josh Kushner and Bob Iger. They believe they have the right to sell. Jeannie Buss is arguing a 2017 court ruling states that no sale could be effectuated without approval by the co-trustees, that being Jeannie, Janie, and Joey Buss. Controlling ownership of the Lakers could be at stake here, as Jeannie Buss would no longer have the needed ownership percentage to remain governor of the team if the transaction goes through.
ABC's Andrew Dimbert. In South Carolina, a growing memorial outside the home of actress Hayden Panettiere following her sudden death.
Flowers and handwritten signs left outside the apartment building where she had been staying. Tearful fans remember the star of Heroes and Nashville.
Being a millennial, watching Hayden growing up in all the movies and TV shows, it kind of hit very close to home.
As investigators tried to figure out how she died, police say an acquaintance called 911 Sunday afternoon. First responders found her in cardiac arrest, and she was pronounced dead roughly 40 minutes later.
ABC's Sophie Flay. Florida set to carry out its 13th execution this year. Today, William Francis Sylvia scheduled to die by lethal injection for the fatal shooting of his estranged wife and wounding his mother-in-law. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
In a recent survey of 123,000 wireless customers, Pure Talk was the only wireless company to receive 5 stars in every category: coverage, support, value, and data. What else do you need to know? Switch to Pure Talk today and get any plan, including their top shelf unlimited data plan for just $15 a month for your first 3 months. No contract, no commitment. Dial pound 250, say micro, and let Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team help you make the switch.
Heart disease and stroke can be catastrophic. They're leading causes of death, disability, and healthcare spending in the U.S., yet they're largely preventable. Alarmingly, heart disease and stroke are taking a toll on middle-aged adults 35 to 64, with over 800,000 deaths and hospitalizations in 2016. Million Hearts is a national initiative focused on preventing 1 million heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiovascular events by 2022. Coordinated actions by Million Hearts partners in communities, healthcare, and public health will keep people healthy, optimize care, and improve outcomes in populations at risk. Everyone has a part to play. Focus on the ABCs of heart health. A. Aspirin use when appropriate. B. Blood pressure control. C. Cholesterol management. And S. Smoking cessation. To learn more, visit cdc.gov/vital signs.
I'm just a kid. I'm 6. I'm 9. I'm 4.5. And I've got asthma. You know just how upset I can get when I have an asthma attack.
And I know that you want to do all that you can do to help me.
But you might not know about all the different stuff that can make me have an asthma attack.
Or all the simple things you can do to fight my asthma.
You can fight it with a bear.
You can fight it with a duck. You can fight it with a wrench.
Put my teddy bear in the freezer to wipe out dust mites.
Dry off rubber duckies and fix leaks to get rid of mold. 'Cause mold can start my asthma attacks too.
Discover other simple ways to prevent an asthma attack. Visit noattacks.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. EPA, the Ad Council, and this station.
Thanks for doing all you can to help me out. 'Cause I don't want to feel like a fish with no water.
Picture streams in our community. That's where our kids play, and dogs splash. And some of these streams provide the water we drink. But is the water in these streams clean and safe? The truth is, for most local streams, no one knows. That's a problem. One the Isaac Walton League can help you solve with the Clean Water Challenge. For almost 50 years, the Isaac Walton League of America has helped people just like you test the water in local streams, clean up pollution, and protect healthy waters. Today, the Isaac Walton League has an ambitious new goal: engage volunteers across the country to test 100,000 more streams for pollution. You can protect clean water in our community by joining the Clean Water Challenge. To get involved, visit iwla.org. That's iwla.org.
Kale and Company, weekday mornings 6 till 10.
This was the first year that I was able to be a sports dad. The only time I lost my ever-loving Sugar Honey Iced Tea, while other kids were swinging a bat, loosening up, wrapping up a little long toss, and she was on the phone. So I walked over there, and there was nobody around. I said, give me that phone right now. Pay attention to the game. I'm telling you, these phones, total disaster. And I'm guilty. I should have put my foot down years ago. Can't put the genie back in the bottle. It is what it is at this point. For the future of other dads out there that still have time, put the foot down.
Start your day with Kale and Company, weekday mornings 6 till 10 on Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and the free Odyssey app.
Streams are where our kids play, and dogs splash. Many provide the water we drink. But are those streams clean and safe? For most local streams, no one knows. That's a problem. One the Isaac Walton League of America can help you solve with the Clean Water Challenge. To learn more and get involved, visit iwla.org. That's iwla.org.
WPHT, WPHT, HD, WOGL, HD3, Philadelphia. From the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Free speech lives here. Lives here. The WPHT Afternoon Show.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's going to be a snowy day here at Talk Radio 1210 WPHT because we got a situation. The breaking news coming out of State College, Pennsylvania, we are cokeheads. The Penn State cocaine kingpin has turned himself in, Robin. Now, I'm not, kids, cocaine is a hell of a drug. Stay away from the coke. I remember when college kids just wanted to do weed. But now, ladies and gentlemen, the kingpin of the big Penn State alleged cocaine cartel has turned himself in, and 13 frat bros who allegedly had to cut and package the blow as part of their indoctrination have also been arrested. And the guy who is the kingpin has the greatest nickname ever. Now, of course, we're back here on 1210 WPHT.
Okay, hold on. While you're talking, I
yes.
need to fix your camera. Apparently, it's not going through, so hang on.
Wait a minute. Was it the coke? Is it snow? Is it snowy? Is the picture fuzzy? What happened to my camera, Robin? You following me, camera card?
Hey, this is Brian Veazey, the new PNC Bank Regional President. PNC Grow Up Great has supported 10 million kids and counting by helping them discover a love for learning through high-quality early education opportunities. Being curious is in a kid's DNA, and supporting them is in PNC's. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
On Reddit, true crime doesn't come from journalists. It comes from the victims, the witnesses, and sometimes the suspects themselves.
Every Tuesday on Crimes of Reddit, we read these posts out loud.
I'm Sabrina Dianaroga.
And I'm Alexis Linkletter. One of us brings the story, the other goes in blind, reacting in real time, just like you.
New episodes drop every Tuesday. Listen to and follow Crimes of Reddit, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Dollar General.
Meta Platforms launched a new open source version of the company's Muse AI model called Muse Glimmer. Along with the Muse Glimmer announcement, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg included a 14-page essay on his vision for artificial intelligence, saying that the U.S. needs to maintain its lead over China in the AI race, adding that AI power should not be concentrated in the hands of just a few companies. I'm Jason Brooks.
Back to school season is here, and Dollar General has everything you need to start the school year strong. Don't forget to grab a pair of bright yellow sunglasses from the Yellow Glasses Project for just $2. Every purchase makes a difference, with 100% of proceeds helping support teachers, classrooms, and nonprofit organizations working to improve reading and literacy skills across the country. Stop by Dollar General today and shine bright with the Yellow Glasses Project, available now at Dollar General. The Yellow Glasses Project is a program of the Dollar General Literacy Foundation.
A plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
The events of September 11th changed our nation forever. As we approach the 25th anniversary, Talk Radio 1210 WPHT is looking to hear directly from those who experienced that day firsthand. Were you a first responder who answered the call on September 11th? Were you in New York City, Washington, or near Shanksville? Share your story as part of our special 25th anniversary broadcast, 9/11 Through the Eyes of, a collection of personal memories, reflections, and experiences from those whose lives were forever changed. If you have a first-hand account and would like to be considered for an interview, visit 1210wpht.com/911story. Let's remember, honor, and preserve them for future generations. Go to 1210wpht.com/911story.
I'm Texas Sheriff Jim Skinner. Criminal networks are stealing billions of dollars through social media, phone calls, and text, posing as people you trust. They pressure and demand money or personal information. Don't fall for it. If something feels wrong, slow down and verify. Hang up. Don't click. Never send money. If targeted, contact law enforcement. Protect yourself. Protect your family.
Learn more at sheriffs.org/stopscams. A public service message from the National Sheriff's Association.
What if being in recovery from a mental or substance use disorder was something we proudly showed the world? Millions of people are in recovery, sharing hope and support with family, friends, and community. Join the Voices for Recovery. For confidential information for mental and substance use disorders, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Now you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
Good afternoon, everybody. You had somebody running out to Radio Shack, but they had to give their ID, phone number, and everything else. Remember when you go into Radio Shack just to buy a battery and they wanted you to fill out paperwork?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to go in there and you buy a battery and they'd say, okay, can you fill this out? And then they would hand you a long receipt.
I don't remember that. Well, I didn't really shop at Radio Shack that often. I mean, it was kind of an American thing. So I didn't get to experience the joy of Radio Shack too much until it was almost out of business.
It was. I think there's still a couple left, but I don't know. Anyway,
they only sell like computer parts.
Yeah, like
now,
little like circuit board stuff and all that other stuff. But meanwhile, the big story, as we were telling you, and I think maybe we were shut down by the cartels here in Florida.
I believe.
But the best part of this story, and I'm not making fun of these kids, should get these kids are probably chemistry majors, right? You go to Penn State. Do they have chemistry majors up there?
I don't know. I don't think they were making.
No, they weren't making it.
They were. They were distributing it.
My boy Heisenberg, who many people thought I looked just like back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we started 3:17.
Well, we did start. We started right on time. But
exactly.
But speaking of cocaine, I think one of the none of the people there, but I think that the VMix board might have sniffed a few.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of great, and the guy, we'll have to put the picture up now. We can do that, right? The main suspect, his name, they're calling him.
Yeah, no, we can't do anything. There's no video right now at all.
They can't put up the pictures and the videos?
No. Well, actually, they could.
Yes, they can, Robin. No wonder why you're technologically messed up.
Well, no. See, what he could do is he could just have the camera on my pretty face.
Yeah, do that and then put up the pictures.
Okay, and then we can worry about
I
Tony's
want
later.
everybody to see the picture of this young man who turned himself in today. They have now dubbed him Pablo Pledskobar. Pablo, there he is. Look at that. You know who that is? That's McLovin.
It does kind
That's
of look like McLovin.
Or he looks like Buddy Holly. That's the kingpin of the Penn State drug bin.
His name is Agostino Abatiello.
Abatiello. That sounds pretty good. You put a little calamad in there, you pass it around, you get calamad for the table. Agostino Abatiello and 13 frat bros. Here's the best part. So he turns himself in, and so do the other 13 bros. And and this guy apparently has his own page.
Yes.
Agostino Abatiello. Must be Italian.
So now the 14th, so it's 13 Penn State students. The 14th defendant is the father of one of the students. So that's how it
You got to keep
all
it in the
went
family.
down.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, Agostino.
So they
pour me, squeeze, give me a line.
The two main guys, the two main students were Agostino Abatiello and Thomas Robinson. They were the leaders of the operation besides the father. They supplied the cocaine while the other other students cut and packaged the drugs primarily at the Delta Upsilon and Sigma Chi fraternity houses.
See, these damn kids, why aren't they just playing video games like everybody else in college? Why aren't they going out looking for chicks? Well, if you see that guy, does he look like he's scoring chicks unless he's getting them lines?
No, I think that was the main reason why he looked like that. He looks so innocent, right? If you looked at him, you would never in a million years.
Buddy Holly. He looks like Buddy Holly. But the memes all over social media. And McLovin, of course. Remember McLovin?
Yes.
With the Hawaii driver's license. Actually, McLovin was more manly looking than this young Italian fella. But the jokes are coming in now. From Penn State to State Penn. Yes. I'm waiting for the Penn State band to go out there and play Cocaine. It's a great song. I probably can learn it in a couple of hours. And if they get some more dope, they'll really be practicing all night to nail cocaine.
It's one way to stay up all night long. And so I have to name, not all of the students' names were mentioned.
No.
But let me name some of them. Abatiello and Robinson, Mohammed Hurabi,
not Italian.
Lars Zeepvalt.
What?
That's a Dutch name.
See, these damn Dutchies, Robin, you get around drugs. That's why they have drugs are legal, prostitution in the streets. Yeah. That's why people smoke weed everywhere in Holland.
Do you know what Zeepvalt means?
No.
Soap bin.
Oh, well, that's where they probably, after they have to get high.
So those four were charged with felony, corrupt organizations, conspiracy, dealings, and proceeds of unlawful activity. The fifth defendant, Robert Zanola, is charged with felony, conspiracy, criminal use of communication facility, and related misdemeanor offenses. And then the father, Paul Robinson, is charged with tampering with evidence and hindering the investigation. So he tried to hide it.
You know, as someone once said, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah. Well,
and crack is whack.
And their careers, their lives are down the drain.
Not necessarily, Robin. I see a Netflix movie coming. You know, all these college kids, not girls gone wild, nerds gone wild. Nerds. Anyway, we'll talk about this story. So there's so much going on this afternoon. It's crazy. You know, we had this story just broke where they released the guy's turn. Here's the best part. If you kill somebody at a track meet that you weren't supposed to be at, you go through the trial system, you get released on bail.
Right.
This kid, Pablo Escobino, whatever his name is, Agostino Abatiello, or Pablo Pledskobar.
I like Pablo Pledskobar.
I love Pablo Pledskobar. That's his nickname, right?
Yes.
That's his drug name. You know what I mean? It's like Pablo Escobar, you know?
I get it.
And all the other stuff.
I get it.
But these kids are showing initiative. And I think these kids will have a Netflix series very, very soon.
Sadly, I do believe you are correct. This is going to either turn into a movie or some kind of a series or something like that because it just has too much drama written all over it.
And by the way, once the memes are writing themselves now.
Yeah.
You know how that's what's great about social media. Remember there's one video where these nerds are walking in and they go gangsters.
I like
Do they
this
look
one.
like gangsters to you, Robin?
I like this one. OG Mr. G says all these frat dudes from Sigma Alpha Blow.
Yeah, you talk about the perfect nerd to go work for Mark Zuckerberg. They can go work at Meta and provide cocaine. That dude's from Sigma Alpha Blow.
Yep.
The jokes are writing themselves, Robin. Pi Kappa Chapo. That's what they're going to call it. He's going to graduate Pi Kappa Capo. Kappa Chapo. Chapo. You know what I'm saying?
Say that 10 times fast. And if you are logging into the YouTube video, the YouTube stream, you are only seeing my lovely face right now.
And Robin's beautiful dungaree. She went out yesterday. We went to Tractor Supply. Today we're going to vote. We had to run out this morning and get our damn license for our trailer. ER, I wrote it OR.
Right now, if you have a Tractor Supply near you, go there now because they are clearing out all of their summer stuff because they like their clothing, all their summer clothing. I got these freaking adorable little overalls. I don't know if you can see. It has like the American flaggy thingy on it.
How much for those babies now?
These ended up being like $15.
$15 out the door?
Out the door.
Yeah, well, now when they ask.
So excited.
I
love overalls.
Mark Person 8142 says, "What's the line on the Penn State opening game right now?" Oh, wow. Other people, I'm sure the students at Penn State, when they see these guys, they probably know them now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they ask, right?
What do we get for $10?
I don't know if you can get any blow for $10.
Everything you want. Everything. Everything.
I don't think any of them are still in school. I mean, obviously they're arrested, but I think that they'd already graduated too. This was a investigation.
They're not students. Well, they're out. The school's not in session yet.
Right.
Colleges aren't, but they're going back soon, right?
They weren't students anymore, from what I'm reading.
Breaking: Zendaya's already cast to play the Penn State dude's girlfriend. Yes. That's from 91 Sixers. That's a good one. Dude blowing his own horn. Yes. RT Boot adds new meaning to line dance. When I was growing up back in the 70s,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, cocaine was everywhere.
Everywhere.
Especially in radio. Guys would do blow. And I never, you know why I never tried cocaine? First of all, I didn't like the way it smelled. And secondly, if I had taken one snort of cocaine off all the glass tabletops that I was subjected to, I would be an addict.
I have never tried cocaine myself, but
I don't like the smell.
I kissed somebody who had just snorted cocaine, and I didn't realize it.
Was it a girl? Did you kiss a girl at least?
It could have been. When I kissed them, I remember going, "Oh, what is that taste?" It was like soury, like licking lime.
What?
Not lime. I can't think of what it's called, but it was sort of a soury, chalky taste.
Say what?
I
don't know what you're trying to say,
somebody
Ron.
that doesn't know what cocaine tastes like. I'm trying to describe it to them, and it was nasty. Like, well, I can't even imagine doing any of that stuff on purpose. It was really gross.
Well, we have Cocaine Bear, Cocaine Beaver yesterday. By the way, where does Penn State play? Beaver Stadium. Everything's coming together. It's like this week is setting up with the Beaver Talk yesterday.
Yes.
Then you got Beaver Stadium, right?
Yeah. And they're probably going to, rename it because,
No, we had Beaver College. That was renamed.
Renamed.
What's the Beaver stuff and all the cocaine?
I don't know. So the other big news for those of you who care, Nike has been tanking.
Yes.
Tanking and I
not
wonder
just
why.
do it, just screw it. Nike, boy, what happened? What happened? I believe I got to blame one person and one person alone.
Who's that?
For the demise of Nike stock.
And that would be
LeBron James.
Could be.
You know, when he had all those Uyghur slaves working in the Chinese slave camps making his $500 Nikes, right? Or $1,000 Nikes.
Even though that was horrible, that is when Nike was still doing okay. They have tanked because they have gone woke. As Trump says, everything woke.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
There's so much competition because everybody was signing with Nike. Michael Jordan, you know, he was the first big name to sign with Nike, and then everybody had their own Nike brand.
Let me tell you.
You have breaking news on this?
The stock has crashed about 78%. 78% from its all-time high in 2021. What's going on after 2021? Since 2021, I mean, they have been doing all sorts of woke stuff and trying to deny women.
Wait a minute, Robin. As the stock market is getting ready to close, it's up to $42.42.
Oh, it went up a little bit.
So
That's
it went
what
up
people are buying.
$3.43. Yeah, there's still a lot of, you know, the plunge is relentless.
This article came out that it crashed 78%. There are people that are going to go in and purchase it because it was at $40.42. You're saying that it's now up to $42?
I'm saying right now, the latest on the New York Stock Exchange, it's up $3.48, or no, 3.48%, $1.36 it went up. So it's at $40.43. But it's relentless because the problem is, you know, and here's another talk about interesting. Do you know where Nike's headquarters is, Robin?
I know it used to be in, I don't know where it is now.
Beaverton, Oregon. Another beaver comes into the picture. Let's put it all together. We need to get one of those boards where you put the pins in and then you put the lines next to it. So Beaver College is where the Penn State problem is happening.
All about the beaver.
Beaverton, Oregon is where Nike headquarters was.
And was it always there?
That's where they started, right near Beaverton, the world's largest supplier of athletic shoes and apparel, with revenues of $46 billion in fiscal year 2022.
Wow. Now, Patty Perks in the YouTube chat saying that she stopped buying them. Other Mac person says no one can afford Nike stuff anymore.
Right.
And then Mike says Nike needs to put a dime bag in the box.
Now, you know me, I've been anti-Nike forever. Not because of, you know, because I just think they charge too much for shoes.
Yes.
And you know me, I don't care whether it's Nike, whatever, Adidas. I want to see something that's on sale and something that fits well and I like it.
Yep. It's just Tony's an LA gear guy. I used to buy LA gear.
What was the other ones that back in the day? There were other cool.
Now I buy the like the Walmart special or something like that.
Yes. Not British Knights, BK Knights. Remember those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of great sneakers back in the day.
They had like a little UK flag.
But what happens is when other big name athletes start signing with Converse and everything else, then that's so. And a lot of the athletes are not signing with Nike. It used to be automatic. You were an athlete, you got a Nike ad, right?
Well, this article on Yahoo says that the company is continuing to struggle under executive leadership of CEO Elliott Hill.
Whatever happened to Phil Knight? Doesn't he make every Oregon Duck uniform? That's why Nike was selling a lot of gear, because they're based up there in Oregon where the Oregon Ducks play, and the Oregon Ducks have a new uniform for each day of the week. Every week you would see the Oregon Ducks trot out there and go out there.
Now, you mentioned LeBron James, Tony.
Yes.
LeBron James, this is what he has said about, because he's one of the long-time Nike-sponsored athletes. He says, you got to get back into the roots. But you got to get back to being out in the inner city, having runners. When I was coming up, you had people that were literally out in the communities talking to these younger generations, asking them what they like, what they don't like. They don't do that anymore at Nike.
So wait a minute. This guy's made $1 billion pimping Nike.
And now
right? He's
ripping them.
And then he's got kids working in slave camps in China making his Nikes, which probably cost $10 for them to make, bring them over here, and then LeBron's charging $1,000 for his shoes. Not him, but Nike, and people are buying it. How many people do you know that have Nike sneakers, dudes, are in their rooms, and they have like 50 pairs of the latest Nikes.
Your
right?
nephew's one of them.
Exactly.
No,
Strappers.
actually, I only buy Skechers now. The only kind of
Skechers is blowing it away.
Athletic sneakers that I have are Skechers because
the slip-ons.
for us old folk that like to have comfortable walking shoes.
So Bobos.
Bobo shoes. Marcus O'Reilly says Bobos. They make your feet feel fine. Bobos. They cost $1.99.
I love how LeBron James. Oh, they got to go back into the community. Yeah. No, they don't, LeBron, because people who watch sports ads and see athletes pimping products, and LeBron James was pimping them. Nobody's made more money from Nike than I don't even think Michael Jordan has made as much from Nike as LeBron has. But listen, it was all about just do it. And who was the guy who was the first Nike guy?
Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Jordan was
Air Jordans.
And his mama did right by him by getting him a percentage of all of his shoes that were sold, and I think he did just fine.
Exactly.
Just fine.
Now, the whole schedule of the program, which is intricately scripted, as Robin posted today. I mean, we have to go off script now because that's what happens when news breaks. We can't just rehash old stuff. We got to keep it real. We got to keep it raw.
Tony, any kind of script for you is just a suggestion.
Exactly.
It's just a suggestion because we all know, Matt knows, Justin knows. You set something up, you put it on paper, and then it goes out the window.
But that's what professionals do. Yes. You got to be able to flip the switch and take it in the right direction.
Correct.
Like tonight, we have to vote because we went out this morning again to the DMV to try to get our trailer ID. $152 to get a license plate for a trailer.
It's an outrage.
It is an outrage. Now, that's why I'll be voting out all the incumbents tonight. And I'm not telling who to vote for, but we got a lot of Republicans down here who got to go.
And from what we are reading, Republicans are doing really well.
Well, it's Florida, Robin.
Well, but
to me, the most interesting race here
and
in Florida.
I'm not talking just Florida, everywhere else.
No,
too.
I'm talking about so you got two prominent Democrats. Debbie, what's her name? Schultz, remember her?
Yes.
As I call her, who is the woman with the snakes coming out of her face?
Medusa.
She looks like Medusa. Debbie Wasserman. Wait, are we supposed to see you flap your arms today?
Yeah, I know. 91 Sixers is saying that they can't see you. They're only seeing my lovely face.
That's okay.
We're going to work during this next commercial break, which, by the way,
all you need to do this is a lovely speaking voice and average intelligence.
Yes.
You don't need to look good. You know what I'm saying?
And we have two people with both. Justin, since the start of the show was all discombobulated, when do we have to break here?
I'd say break about 3:40.
3:40.
So we got 4 minutes.
So anyway, during this commercial break, we are going to effort in trying to get Tony's beautiful face up.
I'm not worried about that, Robin.
I know you're not worried about it, but the people love seeing you.
No,
they love seeing you flapping your arms about.
It's an Italian thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By the way, we got to hang out with Scott Pressler last night, who was here in Cape Coral.
We did.
With all the Patriots down at the Patriot store. So we're going to vote today, and you should vote. And I don't tell anybody who to vote for, but I mentioned Debbie Wasserman Schultz and this other guy, Jared Moskowitz. These are both Democrats, and they've both been in office for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But guess who's challenging them? There's two Democratic socialist candidates who are threatening to take away their seats. Now, I don't even know who these Democratic socialists are, but everybody knows that Debbie Wasserman Schultz has been around long enough. She's a thug. She's got to go. Jared Moskowitz is another one of these guys who cries all the time, yet they're probably going to vote him out tonight. So that's what these are the Democrats. So you have to vote in the part. So these are closed primaries. So if you're a Democrat, you have to vote for Democratic candidates. Or if you're a Republican, you have to vote for Republicans, independents. I don't know whether independents can do both.
Jared Moskowitz and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, they are fighting for their reelection in the redistricted South Florida that is now more fair, because prior to this, they had Miami and other areas like running like this and like this and like this, so that they could continue getting voted in all the time.
Exactly. Rubber stamp.
Yes.
But so these two, and everybody sees Jared Waskowitz all the time. Jewish guy, obviously, high profile. Debbie Wasserman Schultz has been, pimping politics since the hanging Chad days when she was in charge.
Let's see. It's I believe it's Kathy Castor is going up against Moskowitz.
No, she's the mayor of Tampa. Who's going? The
Democratic
two Democratic
Representative Kathy
socialists.
Castor is unopposed in her primary for Florida's 14th district.
So that means she's unopposed.
Okay, sorry. I'm going through this.
Robin,
article.
are you new to election coverage?
Yes. No, I'm just trying to.
All
read
I know
through this
is that
as fast as possible.
Moskowitz and Debbie, what's her name, Schultz,
here it is.
they're being challenged by two Democratic socialist
Somebody
candidates.
with the last name Larkin is the
Yeah,
DSO.
Larkin. He's a dirtbag. He's a communist.
And
then there's another guy. It's another dude who's also a Democratic socialist. And you know what all these Democratic socialists are telling people that they want more than anything else? Medicare for all.
Yeah, so it's Oliver Larkin. He's
Oliver
the DSA.
Larkin.
He's the one that's running against Moskowitz.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm trying to find out where.
All right, Robin, we'll get to this.
Yes.
People are voting. Polls close at 8 o'clock. Robin and I will run out and vote right after the show.
But I'm hoping that everybody, I mean, if you have heard nothing from us other than this, pay attention to your local elections.
Exactly.
Get out to vote in midterms. It is more important to vote in your local elections than anything else because that's what affects your life. Don't ignore it. Don't stay home. Don't assume that everything's just going to be fine because if you ignore it and it's the Democrat socialists that just sort of eke their way in because you can win, they can win by like 10 votes in local elections. It is important you get your butts out there.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you for being a fine American patriot.
You are welcome. And I'm wearing my patriotic overalls just for today.
All right, we got to take a break. We're coming back. We're just getting this party started. 40 minutes in. But we're going the distance. We're going for speed. Say hello to my little friends on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Babbel proudly presents The Bookstore Bungle.
Librairie means library in French, right?
Yeah, obviously.
I just love a library.
The French are so loud, though.
Yeah. Hey, be quiet. This is a library. S'il vous plaît.
Ce n'est pas une bibliothèque.
Bibliothèque? I think that's Spanish, ma'am.
You are in a bookstore, not a library.
Oh.
No more bookstore bungles with Babbel.
Touriste.
Learn to speak like a local and act like one too. Practice with Babbel's guided conversations based on real situations. Get up to 50% off on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to get up to 50% off. BABBEL.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-220-6409 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-220-6409. That's 800-220-6409. What do you have to lose? Call 800-220-6409. Again, 800-220-6409.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Back to school season is here, and Dollar General has everything you need to start the school year strong. Don't forget to grab a pair of bright yellow sunglasses from the Yellow Glasses Project for just $2. Every purchase makes a difference, with 100% of proceeds helping support teachers, classrooms, and nonprofit organizations working to improve reading and literacy skills across the country. Stop by Dollar General today and shine bright with the Yellow Glasses Project, available now at Dollar General. The Yellow Glasses Project is a program of the Dollar General Literacy Foundation.
The NLS Braille and Audio Reading Download Service gives patrons with visual impairments or physical limitations the freedom to read their way.
Barge is this beautiful web-based program for searching for books and for the ability to download them.
It's a great way to have a book with you without carrying a book.
For information about the National Library Service for the Blind and Physically Handicapped Library of Congress, visit loc.gov/thatallmayread.
A riddle brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? Progressive protects them both. It was an easy riddle. Learn more at progressive.com.
Broadcasting live from the Piazza Auto Group studios. Experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
Yeah. Kids, don't do drugs, especially if you're at Penn State. So much to talk about. The Penn State cocaine story, the Nike story, and a sad note today. Now, I wasn't there when this gentleman started ESPN, but Bill Rasmussen is the man who, living in Connecticut, in a tiny little town called Bristol, in the middle of nowhere, decided he wanted to start a cable network showing sports, not sports from all over the world, just 24 hours of sports. And he ran local Bristol, Connecticut, Hartford stuff on that network. That network started as a 24-hour local sports network, and then it became ESPN. ESPN The guy who started it, the guy with the vision back then to say, let me put on a 24-hour sports network and see how it goes. He has passed away at the age of 93. Bill Rasmussen. We talk about, visionaries who invent things and start things.
Is he any relation to the Rasmussen polls?
No, I don't think so. I never met him because, he left a long time. And when I was there in 1992. And so Bill Rasmussen was already not there all the time. He started it, and it became, let's be honest, ESPN was the first major sports network that everybody watched and listened to, and it hired some of the best people ever. And by the way, I still have, and I can't believe I found this when we were going through, I still have my very own ESPN notepad with my name under it. How about that?
Wow.
I may have to put that up for auction, Robin, because, cash is tight. I'm not selling cocaine like Penn State students.
I know.
I got to find a way to make some more revenue.
You know who else died today? This is over the hot presses right now.
Hot presses?
Yeah, ZZ Top drummer Frank Beard has died at age 77.
And he's the last, there's only one guy left from ZZ Top. You know who that is, Robin?
I do not. Who is it? Who is left?
It's one of the other guys with the long beards. I mean, ZZ Top was legendary.
Yes.
Right?
Let's see. Somebody else. What the Fauci says. Frank Beard. Only Billy Gibbons.
Billy Gibbons. That's right. And Billy Gibbons. I remember an episode of Pawn Stars when Billy Gibbons, some guy walked in and said he had a ZZ Top guitar, right?
It was like a Z.
And everybody, so you know what our buddy there says. I got a guy I know. I'll have a guy come in here, and because he knows about the cartoons,
and it's actually
it was actually Billy Gibbons went in to confirm that it was in fact his guitar that somebody was trying to pawn or auction.
Now, since we didn't get to do this at the beginning of the show, since we had a little technical difficulties with Tony's camera, can you please, everybody? It doesn't matter if you're watching on YouTube or not. Go if you're not on YouTube yet, quickly go over there no matter what platform you're listening to us on, and just for a second, if you can't stay, just click on that thumbs up like button and tell everybody how much you love the show.
And subscribe.
And it's not just for us, it also helps the station with ratings and things like that. So please like it, thumbs up. That we see so many people that are actually, we can see the numbers of people that are watching, and then only like half or less than half are hitting that thumbs up. You lazy asses. Can I say that?
What are you trying to be, Greg Stocker here now and insult the people in the chat stream?
No, I'm just saying get off your butts and just hit that thumb. High five us.
Smash it. You smash the like button. The like button is really a thumbs up. There is, so people like, where's the like button?
It's a thumbs up.
It's a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Did we ever get a thumbs down?
I don't think so. I think everybody loves us, Tony.
Of course. How could they not, Robin? By the way, I am wearing my I Love Hot Moms shirt today for all the hot moms out there.
Yes.
I'm finding all this stuff in the boxes that we're emptying from our storage units.
Tony, sorry.
I got my hot moms. I got my I Learned from Lesbians shirt.
There are boxes that we have not opened since California. I mean, that's how long ago it is. And so Tony has more boxes than I do, believe it or not. So he blames me for having all sorts of stuff. Tony's the one that has way more boxes, and he's going through them, and he's like a little 5-year-old at Christmas going, look at this and look at this. Oh, I didn't remember I had this. I thought he's accused me of throwing stuff away, and he's finding them in boxes. I know.
We have a bunch of big stories too. Disney and ABC are now suing the FCC because they claim actions against The View and Jimmy Kimmel by Trump's appointed FCC commissioner was the networks violated the network's First Amendment rights. Now, here's the point that I want to make as someone who's in the industry.
Right.
There's a difference between First Amendment rights and rules and regulations. Like yesterday, I found out that I couldn't use a certain word because the FCC regulates us. And if you say something that's not permitted, guess what happens? They find the station. They find, but The View is not a news show. News flash. The View is not a news show. It's an opinion show. And they're allowed to give their opinions. But they're also, if they libel someone, and it's obviously Trump because they always go after Trump, They had to come back multiple times
And
and
Jimmy
issue
Kimmel, same
corrections
thing.
from the legal department of ABC. Listen, I'm an ABC Disney stockholder. I don't want to see the company go down, but these morons who are running it, and now they're thinking that because Jimmy Kimmel is upset because Trump ripped him after he said something about. I mean, listen, that's what Jimmy Kimmel's shtick is.
Jimmy Kimmel and The View have both said things that were untrue and libelous, and they were proven in court to do that. And
Right, you commit libel,
Right.
and it's not even a news show. For example, George Snuffleupagus, another DNC lapdog, right? He worked for the Clintons. He got sued by Trump for lying on the air, and they had to pay Trump. Listen, I'm not defending Trump here, but the president, if you keep bashing him and then you say libelous things, you can be held accountable. That's not a First Amendment right if you're a news station.
And there's two things also regarding Jimmy Kimmel. I believe that the last one where he was taken off the air was when he made remarks regarding Charlie Kirk after his death, I believe.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly. And two things happened. One is they were not true and they were libelous. So it opens up the parent company to a big lawsuit. Plus, advertisers for the stations that carry it are upset and they're losing money that way. So the parent company has the right, or other companies that carry that have the right to say, you know what? You're costing us too much money. We don't want you anymore.
And the bottom line is this. Listen, I don't like Jimmy Kimmel. I never did. The Man Show, I guess that was the height of his thing. And what was it? It was, making fun of women, having women jump around and have their boobs back. Listen, that stuff sells. I don't know Jimmy Kimmel. You know his sister. You know his family. I don't care about Jimmy Kimmel.
Right.
But Jimmy Kimmel cannot be held to a higher standard. He could rip Trump. By the way, how many times has Trump sued Jimmy Kimmel? He's never. Has he shut them down? No. Has he threatened to shut them down? No. And I know the 91 Sixers and Rosie O'Donnell last night. Jimmy Matthews, come on, man.
So 91 Sisters bringing up, Robin, some of the radio hosts said Michelle Obama's a man. Can they sue those shows? Yeah, actually they can. I mean, I don't know in how they said that. If you state it as a fact, which is like what's her face, who is doing it regarding the French first lady, saying that
that was Candace Owens.
Candace Owens, and Candace Owens is being sued by the French first lady.
I don't know if the Macron thing ever went away or whatever.
I don't know. Well, I think it's still a lawsuit. So it depends on how you say it. If you're saying it in a joking way when it's clearly joking, I find
By the
it
way,
in bad taste.
I say things about people all the time. I'm not doing journalism here.
Correct.
I'm doing a talk show which relies on opinions and news. I will report the news that's happening because it's important. But we give opinions. The View gives opinions.
Right.
Jimmy Kimmel gives opinions. If I slander or libel somebody, I'm accountable for that.
Exactly.
Jimmy Kimmel thinks he's not accountable. And because there's so many people who hate Trump in the media, he tries to get away with things. Good. I don't care. I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel. I don't care if Rosie O'Donnell. It's funny. Rosie O'Donnell went to Ireland, and this is how stupid the media is. And I hate the media more than anything else. And I was a part of the media for 50 plus years.
I know, because they're complicit in all of this.
Today, I look up. I didn't even know Rosie was on last night. So I see Rosie O'Donnell, the Washington Post, right? What is it? Journalism dies in darkness or whatever it is. They actually said that Rosie O'Donnell went on last night for Jimmy Kimmel and did not mention Trump.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
It was a
She
headline.
didn't even mention Donald Trump. She just went on and did her thing. How does the Washington Post hire people who can write editorials and say that Rosie O'Donnell didn't even mention Trump?
Because there's a clip of Rosie O'Donnell mentioning Trump on the show, right? Didn't we watch that earlier today?
Yes. And again, I don't care who they put on the air. Like I'm a Disney ABC stockholder, so I don't want the company to get in trouble.
No,
because I get it. It hurts me. Yeah. So I'm going to be. It's about me right now. So screw all these people. All these people. None of these people, like the 91 Sixer dude. The bottom line is, who cares? You watch Jimmy Kimmel, watch Rosie O'Donnell. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody's taking them off the air. Trump has not had Jimmy Kimmel removed, even though he shoots back at him, because Jimmy Kimmel can go on and rip Trump every single night. That's all he has. but Trump can't fire back and take a little cheap shot at him? That's how it works. He's the frickin' president of the United States, and you're just a 2-bit comedian. That's what he is. And your show stinks, and it doesn't get good ratings. But luckily, ABC doesn't want to have to fire you and then hire somebody else to try to put somebody in that slot, just like CBS got rid of Colbert, and they put on this Byron Allen who nobody watches because they don't want to take more losses on their late-night non-comedy shows. Late-night television used to be a must-watch back at Johnny Carson.
No.
We didn't tune in for that to watch political nonsense. We tuned in to see entertainers, comedians, fun stuff at the end of the day. And when late night became this, everybody's got to be a political expert, it's a joke. So that's why I don't watch it. 855-839-1210. Now, she was good in Exit to Eden, though. Nothing sexier than Rosie O'Donnell wearing what did she wear? Like a bustier?
Yeah, and thigh highs. And
yeah, you talk about method acting.
Yeah, she's
a lesbian.
She was supposed to be like a dominatrix or something like that. I remember reading the book and then watching the movie going, oh, Lord.
Oh, but she was great as Wilma Flintstone, though.
She was.
Yeah, she was great in that role.
No, she wasn't Wilma. She was the next door neighbor. She was Bam Bam's mom.
She didn't say his name once. Yes, she did.
She didn't.
She called him. No, but she called him the orange tangerine.
Right. So you are correct. She didn't actually have
Poor
the
Jimmy.
name.
Did you fall on your head just like your
You don't have to say
counterpart?
somebody's name without talking and still not talk about them. I mean, you can talk about them without saying their name, and it was very clear. So
what else does she have?
Semantics.
She has nothing else. 855, other than a good face job. I mean, it looks pretty good.
It is a good face job.
85.
Got to admit.
You got to get good face, Robin. You got to suck good face, too, if you have to. We got to take a break. We're coming right back. Tony Bruno, Miss Robin, the 4 o'clock hour. And we will get into the other outrages, too, including the most dangerous trans violence that never happened again. And the our WNBA minute coming up in the next hour. Yes, Atlanta is still an embarrassment to all of sports. We're coming right back.
The Bloomberg Market Minute, sponsored by Piazza Auto Group. Experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. TikTok is exploring a feature that would allow users to send money to each other in direct messages using TikTok Pay to handle the transactions. Evidence of the in-development feature was found inside a code hidden in the current version of TikTok's U.S. iPhone app. OpenAI is rolling out a new version of ChatGPT designed specifically for teens with tougher safety guardrails and more parental controls. ChatGPT for teens comes at a time when the company is facing mounting scrutiny over how its products impact the mental health and cognitive development of young users. And Paramount Skydance is asking the 12 states suing to block its $110 billion takeover of Warner Brothers Discovery to put up a $1.9 billion bond. Essentially, it's insurance against the financial damage Paramount says it could suffer if the deal is delayed and the states ultimately lose. Stocks are lower on Wall Street. The Dow is down 0.1%. The Nasdaq down more than 1%. The S&P down 0.5%. Erica Herskowitz, Bloomberg Radio.
Hi, this is Dom Giordano. You've spent years taking care of everyone else. Now it's your turn. Whether you've been thinking about replacing missing teeth, improving your smile, or restoring the ability to eat and smile comfortably, Dr. Robert Bentz and Dr. Emily Bentz, board-certified prosthodontists, specialize in complex, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry. You can smile confidently in photos, enjoy meals, laugh freely, and feel yourself again. Schedule a consultation with Bentz Dental Group. 610-272-6949.
Hi, this is Larry Steinhaus, and I want to let you know that I buy houses. I buy houses from people that may be a tired landlord, maybe somebody who's having trouble selling their house, or maybe someone who needs to sell their house quickly. Well, all you need to do is call 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137, and I promise to answer the phone and help you with your situation. That's right, your house may be cluttered. It may be a house that a relative left you, or it may just be a house you just want to get rid of. 855-939-1137.
You don't need
need another opinion, just the facts.
What caused that crash on the Schuylkill? Will it rain before the kids' game? What happened at the school board meeting last night?
At KYW News Radio, we don't take sides. We take notes, delivering the information you need to make the best decisions for your family.
The news you need whenever you need it.
Depend on KYW News Radio, Philadelphia's most trusted news leader for more than 60 years.
Are you tired of climbing over that dirty, old, slippery tub? Your bathtub should be beautiful, functional, and safe. PJ Fitzpatrick is pleased to offer the Jacuzzi Shower System, installed in just one day, featuring low entry thresholds and designer walls and fixtures. You'll step right into luxury. Plus, PJ is offering a free shower seat and safety bars for all customers this month. Schedule your free design consultation at trustpj.com.
There's a reason that potato chips don't come in a clear bag.
There's only 8 chips in this bag.
That's why. It's only about 2/3 full. The rest is air. It's a lot like opening up your 401k at retirement. You get about 2/3 of it, and the rest goes to Uncle Sam. Jim Cipriotti at the Retire Ready Financial Group can help. His tax mapping process can help forecast what your tax bill will be in the future, and that way you can build a strategy now to potentially decrease your tax bill in retirement. In other words, more for you and less for Uncle Sam. Call today for your complimentary retirement tax mapping report, 610-894-7415. That's 610-894-7415, or find them online at retirereadyfg.com. And get Uncle Sam's greedy hands out of your retirement.
Hey, you've had enough.
With a complimentary tax mapping report from Jim Cipriotti. Investment advisory services offered through Retire Ready Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through James V. Cipriotti, Retire Ready Financial Group, LLC, NPN number 2083768.
Looking for an auto repair shop you can actually trust? McCullough's Auto Repair has been serving Delco since 1999. They believe honesty, fairness, and friendly service still matter. Chuck and Ralph run the place. No matter your car's issue, they'll explain it in plain English and help you decide what really needs to be done now and what can wait. Chuck's motto is, I'll never steer you wrong. Call McCullough's at 610-446-1230 and ask for Chuck or Ralph, or visit mcculloughsautorepair.com.
For 30 years, nothing controlled my high blood pressure. My doctor, he even said, this is crazy. You're a ticking time bomb.
I was doing research in the field of renal denervation. I brought the procedure to Virtua.
I said, sign me up.
His blood pressure went down significantly.
I was playing hockey again in 3 weeks. It's wonderful, actually.
Virtua Health. Solutions for complex heart conditions. Here for good. Learn more at virtua.org.
WPHT, HD, WOGL, HD3, Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Free speech lives here. The WPHT Afternoon Show.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Studio B. We're going to be joined momentarily by our hosts, Tony Bruno, and of course, the lovely Miss Robin. What will they be talking about today, huh? Miss Robin will try to keep Tony somewhere close to a PG rating, am I right? Will there be more conversation about beaver consumption? I mean, how about that, folks, right? So stay tuned and come join the fun in Studio B with your host, Tony Bruno and Miss Robin.
The workday's dragging, clock's moving slow. Inside Studio B, there's some people you know. South Philly swagger, microphone gold. The laughter gets louder with every story told. Traffic in the city, workday almost done. Turn up 12:10, 'cause here they come. No scripts, no filters, no holding back today. Just keep it real. What do Tony and Miss Robin have to say? It's the afternoon show with Tony and Robin Bruno. Turn it on, turn it up, and get ready to go. Once you listen, it's plain to see why everyone loves Tony, Robin, and Studio B. Studio B with Tony and Miss Robin Bruno. 3 to 6 right here on 1210 WPHT.
In the words of LeBron James, did you turn me off, Robin?
No, you're on. I always turn you on, Tony.
Well, now my sound machine's not working, Robin. We need to get Gloria Estefan in here and the Miami sound machine.
Something is going on.
Anyway, good afternoon. It is a primary election day here in Florida. And one of the things I always wanted to do, whether I lived in Philly or wherever I lived, LA, I would try to go out and see the candidates that you're going to vote for. So yesterday we went out, we saw Scott Pressler, saw a bunch of other candidates, and you talk to them, the people you're going to vote for maybe mayor. There's a mayoral race here, local. Obviously, there's a bunch of council races, city council, but then there's also state races.
Correct. Well, I had to say a mea culpa last night.
Yes.
Meeting one of the mayoral candidates,
who's a woman, and she's from Philly.
I did not know this.
Yes, I met her mother and the candidate, Lisa, and they were both from Philly, and we were both doing the same thing. We were loud.
No. Here's the thing. So I had seen her speak a couple times, and I was like, geez, she's just so over that. I don't know if I like her. There was a lot of things that she had to say that I did like, but I just didn't like. I looked at her attitude, and I thought it was just too much. I met her last night. She is the nicest, she's so smart.
South
she's
Philly
so,
Italians, Robin, they're taking over the world.
Philly. I should have known. I'm like, as soon as she said she was from Philly, I'm like, oh my gosh, you weren't angry. You weren't over the top. You're just from Philly. I should have known. I felt so bad for all the reservations I had in my head.
You learned that about me when I took you to Philly for the first time from LA, and you met my family. It's not that we're angry. It's just that we're from Philly and we're Italians. It's as simple as that.
She needs to hand out T-shirts for one, I think. And also I need to, from now on, before I make any before I have any kind of preconceived notions about somebody, I need to find out where they're from.
No, you have to talk to them. That's what you want to do.
No, I know. But like, if I think I'm like, oh, he's a jerk or something like that, or he or she's always angry, I need to find out. I'm like, are you from Philly? And if they are, then I'm like, oh, then everything's okay.
Two things to look at. Where you're from. New Yorkers are the same way. People in New York are loud too.
Yeah,
you have to be, because you're in crowded places and you have to yell to talk to the person next to you.
But I'm a soft Dutch California girl. And
weak.
I didn't get that. I'm very weak. I don't get that. I didn't have that hardened shell, and everything was just so offensive until I met you, and then I had to learn to protect myself better.
Now, 91 Sixers is a wise guy. Did Pressler get Tony
crap
for saying I don't care about the midterms? I never said I didn't care about them. When did I say I don't care about the midterms?
You did once, but I know you didn't mean it in that way. So
the only midterm elections that matter here are the local ones. Right, and we got a candidate for governor. We're gonna vote in tonight a candidate to replace Ron DeSantis as the governor of Florida. The most important elections. I don't care about the Michigan race. We talk about it because this Al Sayed guy is a whack job, and he wants to make sure that if you have private insurance provided by your company, which a lot of people still do.
And God bless them.
Yes. He wants that taken away from you.
Yeah.
So if you live in Michigan, I can't vote in the Michigan election. The people who vote there should know what's going on. And not by listening to talk radio people, but listening to people who know the facts. This guy is telling you who he is, what he wants to do. And if you want to vote for that, go right ahead. But once you voted in, like New York did with Mamdani, you're going to have to live with it, and you're going to have a hard time getting rid of it.
Now, 91 Sixers, I think, is like a lot of people, they don't get how sarcastic you are almost all the time. So you will say something in a sarcastic way, and it's the same way that people that read stuff on social media don't get sarcasm. Like you need to take Tony's, you need to have everything through that sarcasm filter.
And Sleepy Joe married a Philly girl. That's right.
Yeah.
Sleepy Joe.
Well, he didn't learn. And we also want to thank Newman Price for that open, the Studio
he's
B open.
phenomenal.
He is phenomenal. So thank you again.
Phenomenal. Yeah, Philly Girls loud, especially near the airport. Ridiculous. I give opinions, folks. I don't tell you who to vote for, what to think, who to like, who to dislike. I just tell you to think. I don't care.
Now, Tony, just a really quick update on a story that we did yesterday.
Not the Beaver story.
No, we're past the Beavers. John Ossoff was.
Yes.
He made a really, really, really stupid remark about insinuating that Trump, that wanted to travel, and he wanted to travel with his assistant,
right?
Natalie, what's her name again? I'm so sorry. Natalie Harp.
Natalie Harp.
Natalie Harp, who just happens to be a fantastic assistant and also happens to be a recipient of the bill that Trump signed into place, allowing you to take.
In his first term,
Yeah,
she worked with Trump, and she was having bone cancer. Trump, in his first term, passed a bill called the Right to Try Act,
right,
which means there's a lot of medications
Saved
out
her
there
life.
that are in the, has to be approved by the FDA and all the other stuff.
Right.
And so Trump said, hey, bone cancer, you can die from that. That's one of the most serious cancers. There's really no cure, but there's some labs working on a potential cure. So Trump had the Right to Try Act.
Right.
She tried it, and it saved her life.
It saved her
and
life.
so Trump rewarded her by making her an assistant. And by the way, all presidents, all senators, they have assistants.
They all have assistants.
But this idiot, John Ossoff.
Yeah, the insinuation was that there was something.
That he was
seedy,
banging her.
Yeah, and pretty much calling her a whore for lack of better words.
So what does this John Ossoff do? He runs to MS Now with Jen Circleback Psaki, and I'll give Circleback Psaki credit. The first question she asked him was about, why did you mention the name? Do we have the cut? I want to play this right here. Do we have that cut of Jen Psaki? I know it was earlier, and I heard Dom. What's that?
Yeah, they're grabbing it right now.
So Jen, so he runs. Of course, he's not going to go to. He's just going to go to the media that gives him the opportunity to just say whatever he wants without being held accountable. To her credit, Jen Psaki,
she did ask the question.
who was seen wearing a Russian hat with Lavrov when she was over there with John Kerry as the Secretary of State. So now John Ossoff gets asked the right question first, but then Jen Psaki allows him to go off on another parade of BS. Let's go to the tape.
Why'd you decide to invoke Natalie Harp specifically in that speech?
Well, Jen, thank you for having me. And here's the point. We're in wartime. The commander-in-chief has mired us in this geopolitical disaster. People have lost their lives. Our naval logistics are frayed. The global energy system is in crisis. And he retreats into this bubble of West Wing aides who are his security blanket to make him feel good about himself.
Can you believe that answer?
And then she has no follow-up. She doesn't press him, hey, you never answered the question that I asked you.
And then she asked him about something else, and the guy's a hack. Oh, and by the way, everybody wants him to run for president. Guess who's going to visit Johnny Ossoff tomorrow in Georgia? The guy who also wants to run for president from Arizona, the astronaut Mark Kelly, who looks like the
Mark Kelly.
What did I call him? Mark Kelly.
Yeah.
Mark Kelly, the astronaut, the guy who was part of the seditious 6 members of Congress who told military people not to listen to the commander-in-chief.
Yeah,
one of those guys.
He was the one. Mark Kelly was the one that got booed out of the Arizona State Fair.
No, that was the Iowa State Fair.
Iowa State Fair.
So he's going to Iowa. He's from Arizona. He's going to Iowa to make everybody see what a great candidate he could be for the Democrats in 2028, which is his right. And now all of a sudden he's going to Georgia to be with John Ossoff. Why are these guys doing this?
And then
Gavin Newsom hasn't been in California since the gold rush. That's how long he's been out of the state.
I love the signs that they had for Mark Kelly there. When they were protesting against him and booing him, they had signs that said "out of orbit, out of touch." It was great.
Again, these people can do what they want. But Ossoff and Shapiro in 2028, the Jewish Tuish. And we see what the Democrats did to the Jews. They did it to Shapiro. They're not going to want Ossoff on there. No. And it's funny. There are so many members of Congress and people in the government who are Jewish who won't vote for a Jewish candidate. Why is that?
It doesn't make any sense. Now,
I'm not saying like Italians should. I don't vote for people just because their last name's Italian.
But it is kind of interesting. Now, I can separate Israel, Netanyahu, and Jews. And for some reason, I don't understand why people can't do. Like, I personally do not think that the United States should be giving U.S. aid to Israel. Israel doesn't need money. They have more than enough money on their own.
Okay, I don't want to relitigate the whole Muslim and Israel
saying
stuff.
But I can say that and also support Jews. It's amazing how you can separate those two things.
Yeah, I don't understand how American Jews can't support Jews in Israel,
I don't get it.
which is their homeland, and many of them go back to Israel every year.
It's a beautiful country.
I'm just trying to find things to make sense. That's all I want. Give me common sense, and I'll say, okay, I see what you're doing there. But anyway, the Ossoff thing, the guy's a weasel.
He is a weasel.
He's a weasel. Speaking of Atlanta nightmares, I mentioned the WNBA situation going on there.
Right.
Well, after the backlash, after kicking out the mother and daughter who were wearing the X chromosomes, just trying to prove a point, didn't say trans kids have rights or any of that stuff. It's just X. And the woman, Jennifer Say, is the woman who used to work. She was an executive at Levi's.
Right. I think she was the CEO of Levi's.
Levi Strauss. And then she decided to leave there and start her own company promoting women's gear.
Right. And she created this women's gear called XXXY.
Right, which is the female chromosome.
Male and female.
Yeah, but that's the point. Right. There's only two genders.
Yeah.
So that's offensive to the WNBA, which has coaches wearing, less trans rights or human rights or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So then allow trans players to play in your league. But they're too cowardly to say we want trans athletes. So that's why all these NBA players are going out there and mockingly saying they're going to try out, because then that forces the WNBA to have to address that situation. These guys aren't going to try out for the WNBA. So anyway, after they kicked out this mother and daughter who were wearing those XXY chromosome thing, they kicked it out. So what happened? Backlash. Yep. This story became, because all the news channels were putting these mother and daughter on, and they were saying, "What are we doing? What did we do wrong?" So what does the Atlanta?
They didn't have signs,
what does the Atlanta?
They weren't being loud.
What did the Atlanta night? I'm going to call them the Atlanta Nightmare, not the Atlanta Dream. They continued and they blamed a security guard. Mm-hmm. We didn't do it. We didn't throw those people out. We allow our coaches to wear pro-trans stuff on the sidelines, not defend their own players, but we didn't throw her out. You know why they had to say that, make that statement, Robin? I'll give you one guess.
Backlash.
No, lawsuits.
Lawsuits, yeah.
That mom and daughter could own that franchise. Yet, why would they want to own that franchise? That's the thing.
It's so sad. And not so the Atlanta Dream, just this is a side note on top of that. The Atlanta Dream didn't even get onto the court for the
national anthem. Yeah, but we talked about that yesterday. This is the follow-up to the story where they had what's her face, Stacey Abrams, and they were giving her a standing ovation. This is the same group of fans and players who weren't even out for the national anthem, but they're deifying Stacey Abrams, a multi-time loser in elections in Georgia. Those are facts. They're not opinions. I'm not going to call her names about her weight. We know what's going on there. So, and guess what? When they put out their statement, basically saying, we had nothing to do with what happened with the mother and daughter, they basically were doing it to avoid lawsuits. And guess what? Clay Travis and all these other big name national people, they asked them for a comment, and guess what they did? They blocked them. So the cowards who run the Atlanta Dream are blocking anyone in the media who wants to ask questions as a follow-up to why the security somehow made its own decision to throw out a mother and daughter wearing shirts that were not in any way, shape, or form controversial.
Now, didn't you say that the mother also had a comment? I don't have that comment. I thought
No, the mother didn't have a comment.
Oh, okay.
No.
She didn't say anything.
I don't know if she did. I said she went on a bunch of talk shows, and I didn't listen to it. I know they were going to go on. They were going to put this couple on because everybody with common sense is going to say, why did they throw out this mother and daughter for wearing T-shirts that didn't have any kind of message? So that I guess Laura Ingraham must have had them on, and probably a couple other places. There's so many cable channels. So they were making the rounds, ripping the Atlanta, and they should have been ripped. They should have been ripped. But when they passed the buck and the security guard out of nowhere is making $10 for the night to go out there and walk around to keep the peace. That poor security guard really just wanted to make a statement against XXO, whatever it was. You think the security guards are working there part-time, understand the shirts unless it says trans kids are humans? It's
just ridiculous.
Nobody even knows what the shirt meant. So this is the cowardice of that league and the cowardice of the people in charge of the Atlanta Nightmare. They're absolutely losers.
And
losers. Shut them down.
Tony, speaking of XXXY and men are women, I mean, men are men and women are women, we have a cut of Secretary Besant. Remember, he was made fun of or said that the media stated that, he was making it up, that he had somebody that tried to assassinate him right after he took office.
Yep. He said that after the day after he was sworn in as the Secretary of the Treasury.
Yep.
A man who is the most high-ranking gay member of any administration that anyone can remember. Openly gay, has no problems with it. He has a right to talk about issues involving gays, right?
Correct. Absolutely.
But he doesn't, only because nobody asks him if he's gay. He doesn't go out there and say, by the way, I'm gay. You have to treat me differently. No. I think he's one of the great hires in this administration.
I do too, and he is one of the most respected
cabinet members.
Members out of anybody. He's amazing.
So
he knows his stuff.
Today, a trans person,
by
the name of Riley Jane English, born Ryan Michael English, got 73 months in jail for threatening to assassinate Scott Benson. So that's 6 months, 6 years.
And 1 month.
And 1 month. So almost 6 years, 6+ years. And this was in February of 2024 when this threat was made after he put his hand on a Bible and was sworn in. So this is what he had to say when it was brought up that this case has been settled and the clown, the dangerous trans man pretending to be a woman, was the one who threatened to assassinate Scott Besant.
I was the subject of an assassination attempt February 2024 by an adult left-wing activist 2 hours after being sworn into my job. So any of you who want to report that this is a fiction and does not exist, be there for the sentencing this August.
Here we are, Dana. Right now, that sentencing hearing is taking place here in the nation's capital. 24-year-old Ryan English of South Deerfield, Massachusetts, pled guilty for charges related to attempted assassination of then cabinet member nominee Scott Besant and for carrying a dangerous weapon on the grounds of the Capitol, according to U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro. According to court documents, about 3:12 p.m. on January 27th, 2025, a week after the inauguration, English approached a U.S. Capitol police officer near the south door of the Capitol building and stated, "I'd like to turn myself in." English admitted to possessing a knife and 2 Molotov cocktails. Incidents like this and multiple assassination attempts on President Trump's life, which motivated the president to build the ballroom.
This is for future
So there it
presidents.
is.
This isn't for me.
So that's, the ballroom thing, I don't want to hear it. And he's right. So he's not going to use the ballroom. So that's another one of these things that the Democrats throw out there when they pivot from day to day on what they're going to blame Trump for doing and how he's destroying the world. But anyway, Scott Besant's the man. Yes, Ro Khanna and Josh Shapiro should be in jail.
Yes,
I
should.
stand by that. Ro Kahana, and by the way, Thomas Massey, who was one of Ro Kahana's right-hand men. Remember when they came out and blamed all these women and had names, and they released the names of supposed Epstein victims,
right?
Released it to the public, and then they had to walk it back because they misidentified. They actually doxed. They doxed the women who were being protected.
It wasn't just the women. They doxed people that were supposedly in the Epstein files as if the people that they mentioned were perpetrators of either trafficking or involved with Epstein, and most of the people were not. Like, just because you're in the Epstein files and you were mentioned does not mean that you actually did anything nefarious.
So con artist Ro Kahana is still out there saying he's America first. He's a scumbag. Ro Kahana's a scumbag. He and Thomas Massey did that, and guess what happened? Thomas Massey got thrown the hell out of Congress. Now he's hanging around with Tucker Carlson and what's it? Marjorie Taylor Greene and Joe Kent and all these other people who are supposed to be, MAGA, and now they're going to start their own party. Good, they can do whatever they want. But the fact is, Thomas Massey paid for that stupid gimmick with he and Ro Kahana. Meanwhile, Ro Kahana is still out there lying every single day while his kids are making millions of dollars off the money that he scams from his family and his riches and all of his stock things. So all these politicians, if you pay attention to them and don't think they're lying sacks of you-know-what, then you're not following the right track. I call out the Republicans, Democrats, Independents who are all making you look like idiots. We're coming right back. It's Tony, Miss Robin. It's the afternoon show on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Hey, Dawn Sensland here. Summer's the season for fresh starts, and nothing transforms your home like a brand new kitchen. Since 1979, Kitchen Magic in Nazareth, PA has been a family business built on high quality and true craftsmanship, and they're making it easier than ever. Save 40% on installation plus flexible financing to fit any budget. KitchenMagic.com. Make this the summer your kitchen finally gets the upgrade it deserves. Tell Dawn sent you.
In Philadelphia, Chase is proud to root for the home team because they're our team too. We cheer from the bleachers and on the sidelines. We cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 80 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we are right beside you, Philadelphia. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-738-9900. That's 800-738-9900. 800-738-9900.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Dollar General.
Meta Platforms launched a new open source version of the company's Muse AI model called Muse Glimmer. Along with the Muse Glimmer announcement, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg included a 14-page essay on his vision for artificial intelligence, saying that the U.S. needs to maintain its lead over China in the AI race, adding that AI power should not be concentrated in the hands of just a few companies. I'm Jason Brooks.
Back to school season is here, and Dollar General has everything you need to start the school year strong. Don't forget to grab a pair of bright yellow sunglasses from the Yellow Glasses Project for just $2. Every purchase makes a difference, with 100% of proceeds helping support teachers, classrooms, and nonprofit organizations working to improve reading and literacy skills across the country. Stop by Dollar General today and shine bright with the Yellow Glasses Project, available now at Dollar General. The Yellow Glasses Project is a program of the Dollar General Literacy Foundation.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code INSTANT to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code INSTANT to borrow up to $10,000. Use code INSTANT to borrow up to $10,000.
Tune in to the Crash Proof Retirement Show Saturdays at 11 a.m. to hear Joanne Small-Canella and Tracy Stillman. The Crash Proof Retirement Show, Saturday mornings at 11 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Now back to the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
This is Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Oh, what makes you high tonight? I'm getting high just thinking about the Penn State Coke ring. If you haven't seen the story or the pictures, again, I'm not trying to make fun of these kids, but you're in college. You're at Penn State. And now you're running like a narco-terrorism group up there because you want kids to cut the dope and sell it for you?
Now,
School?
part of the story,
Allegedly.
Part of the story says that some of these kids were forced into it somehow. I'm not exactly sure how, but they were like, it was part of a hazing thing.
Yeah, they were told that if you clowns back there don't cut and organize this thing, and then we're going to put you through the gauntlet.
I mean,
we'll get the straps out, the rubber hoses, and all that other stuff.
It'll be really interesting to see how this all pans out, so to speak, in the end, and see if any of them get off on that excuse that they were forced into it, or if they get a lesser sentencing. I don't know, but I mean, to me, if somebody approached me and said, "You have to do this," I'm immediately going to not only the school, but to the police. I'm like, no fraternity is worth getting into trouble like that. So I don't know if I buy it, but we'll see.
And by the way, all these people who think that I'm just mad at Josh, I've never met Josh Shapiro. I don't know him.
No.
All I know is I see what he does, and I see what people are saying, and I see what a weasel he is. Thankfully, I don't have to vote for him because I don't live in Pennsylvania anymore. But he's a fraud. He's an absolute certified fraud who never goes on tough, never gets a tough interview, always does selfies. And I get it. That's the way you're supposed to do it. Went to the UFC fight where he couldn't name one of the fighters because he has to be there. He's running for re-election, but he wants to run for president. He's doing with what's his name in California, Gavin Newsom's doing. He's out all over the country when he's got his own state to work with. And by the way, you shouldn't be running for president before you win your election as governor of Pennsylvania.
Shapiro was still there when we were there, right?
Yeah, he replaced Wolf, who was even worse than Shapiro.
Right.
That's the thing that's amazing to me.
This is my litmus test for a governor. Has the governor done great things for your state? Have you seen it? Can you feel it? Do you feel like they have done and they've made a huge contribution? Because I can certainly say that now living here in Florida, the Governor DeSantis made a difference. He made a positive difference in this state. And I don't see that with Shapiro at all.
No, he's again.
He was.
I'm
Just
sure he's a nice, glad-handing guy. Listen, I don't have a personal vendetta. I don't know the guy. I've never talked to the guy, and I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to vote for him, and I don't have to.
Right. But
remember, I didn't screw Josh Shapiro off from being the vice president. The Democratic Party did. They put Tim Walz in there.
Yeah.
They screwed Josh Shapiro, who most people knew, for a guy that nobody's ever heard of, including his own people in the state of Minnesota. So he actually helped Donald Trump win by not becoming the vice presidential candidate. And they basically said that because he was Jewish, they were afraid to put him up there with Kamala Harris because they didn't want to scare away. Why would you scare away Jews by putting a Jewish guy as your vice president?
It wasn't the Jews that they were afraid of scaring away. They were scared of scaring away the anti-Semites, which include most of the Muslims that the Kamala that was counting on.
Exactly. Again, I'm a political science major, so I'm just not a dumb sports guy. I've been following sports and politics my whole life, and I don't have an agenda on politics. I don't say vote straight Republican, vote straight Democrat. I leave that up to you. But what I know about people, and I know what Josh Shapiro's up to, and I see all the scams that he does, and there are groups out there that have the goods on Shapiro. But people, because the newspaper in Philadelphia will never criticize Josh Shapiro. Because the media in big cities like Philly, New York, Boston, Washington, they're all in the tank for one party. And so they've got that going for them. So if that's what they do, go right ahead. But I'm going to call it out. I don't care whether the Republican guy just got nailed, Caruso, in Palm Beach. He's a Trump guy, and he got nailed, and good. We don't want those people. I don't want those people representing me in my state where I live. You know what I'm saying? So that's the bottom line.
Speaking of things that don't make sense, the sentencing or the trial for Lindsay Clancy. She's the woman who killed her 3 children by strangulation and is trying to blame it on postpartum depression and a cocktail of different drugs that she was on. And she has fans. A mother,
of course they do. So does Luigi Mangione and all of these other nut jobs.
Her fans have raised. This was when I got this. It was at $835,000. They've raised $835,000 for this woman. Now, here, let me, as a mother, as a woman, let me tell you something. God forbid. I did have postpartum depression. I never went that far. But let's just say I did, and I did something that horrific. I killed my child. Let me tell you that as a mother, once I was out of the fog, once I finally got on medication and I'm in trial, I would not be putting up a self-defense. I would be saying, throw the book at me. I deserve it. I deserve to go to jail. If you want to give me the death penalty, that is fine. I killed my children and there is no excuse, no matter what it is. So I don't understand this at all. This is so completely foreign to me. To me, what this says by the fact that she is trying to defend herself to begin with means to me that there is something way worse going on than her being
Of course, and nobody wants to see people who lost their minds do stuff. But the biggest problem is most of the people supporting her probably don't have kids, and they hate kids. Look at what happened in Massachusetts. You got that nut job governor up there, Healy, celebrating the fact that you can now kill your baby up until birthday.
It just, there's so much stuff that
the problem is the extreme people on both sides. For example, on the abortion side, They don't want to hear anybody talking about protesting in front of Planned Parenthood places. They want those people arrested, yet they'll go out there and cheer on people aborting children at the 9th month. That's insane.
It is insane.
It's insane.
There's a lot of things that just, even if it were just common sense, but the psychiatry behind this, the psychology, excuse me, behind the thought process that you have to be in to actually defend a person like this. This kind of empathy.
You can feel bad for her,
Yeah.
but to give her $800,000 or $1 million,
$800. I'm sure that it will be up to $1 million within
well,
days.
isn't she going to go to jail for the rest of her life?
She should be.
So what is she going to get?
Her defense is trying to say that she is innocent by reason of insanity. That her cocktail of drugs that she was on for postpartum depression made her temporarily insane, and so this should be a reason.
I understand that,
and this fine. I mean, but here, temporary insanity or insanity to me does not excuse the behavior, though.
I agree.
Like, I can say that I can understand it, and I can say I feel for you and I'm sorry for you, but you still did the crime. You should still be punished, and maybe you deserve to be in a different location rather than in jail. Maybe you deserve to be in a padded cell. Okay, fine. But you still did the crime. You still need to do the time no matter what.
Exactly. That's the way it is. But so many people get off with major crimes, especially politicians and grifters and people who steal our money, our tax dollars, and they get away with it. And no one's ever held accountable. That's what bothers me more than anything other than what party somebody's in. By the way, there's one group in Pennsylvania, is JoshShapiroFraud.com. If you want to look into Josh Shapiro from other people who are looking into him so you don't have to waste your time, there's all kinds of sites. And again, Josh Shapiro is probably going to win the election for governor, and then he's going to try to run for president. And that's fine. That's his right. But everybody, because the media gives these people free passes and they only go on friendly media and never get asked tough questions, that's why journalism is a joke. These people are negligent in doing what they're supposed to do. Ask questions, demand answers, and they don't. They just take the pablum given to them. And that offends me as someone who went to school for journalism and what was the other one?
Politics.
No, not there's no such thing. Political science.
You did political science, so.
And journalism.
And journalism.
Exactly.
Poli-sci.
Thank you.
We would love to hear from you on any of these subjects. What do you feel? Do you feel this woman should be given a free? Should she get out because of temporary insanity? Do you think she should, like me? Do you think she should do the time? If there's anything else that we talked about that you would like to, if you'd like to talk about Shapiro, we'd love to hear from you. The phone number is 855-839-1210. That's 855-839-1210.
Robin.
Really? I'm giving them a jingle so they can remember it, Tony.
We have our own jingle maker, Newman Price, for God's sake.
I know, but he hasn't made one for the phone number yet. I did. If you have them still in the system, I think I made some jingles for the phone number. It's been a while, though. But
there's an interesting debate going on social media, on X, for example, from Honey Boy. He says, Bruno is awesome when it comes to sports. Some view him as a hardcore right-wing conservative, which rubs a lot of people the wrong way. Just like I love Mike Missinelli when it comes to sports, but some people view him as a hardcore left-wing liberal, which rubs some the wrong way. The difference between me and Mike Missinelli is I don't work for any political party. I don't take money. I don't endorse. I don't do any of those things.
I know.
Mike Missinelli, his whole act was playing to the black crowd because he's a white, rich guy from the main line, and he's a lawyer, and he wants to suck up to the African-American community in Philadelphia. That's what he did. And that's and by the way, the only African-American people he's ever been associated with are the guy who shines his shoes in the clubhouse of his golf course. That's how down he is with the brothers. So don't give me that stuff. I don't pretend to be what I'm not.
Well, I mean, and you could see it by how he treated his producer and co-host in the studio. So
I've never been suspended for beating up a producer or getting physical with my wife or girlfriend or both. That's the bottom line. I know I'm a good person. I know that people who know me know that I'm a good person, but I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody. I just do what I do. I enjoy what I do. I love meeting people. We're out meeting everywhere I go. I'm not one of these guys you can't approach or, oh my God, that Bruno, he's
Tony,
nuts.
You are what you get. Like you are like who you are on the air, off the air, unlike some people who put on a...
You always get what you give?
Yes. Tony, when we come back, we want to hear from you. Let's hear those phone calls ringing, and
we don't hear the phones ringing, Robin. It doesn't work that way anymore.
It doesn't work that way. But, you know, I like to keep it old school. And we will be right back. Tony, Bruno, and Miss Robin on 1210 WPHT.
Call 855-839-1210. That's 855-839-1210.
The Birds are back, and another championship run starts now. Don't just watch the season. Be part of it. Hit the road with thousands of fellow fans and take over the opposing stadium. Fans of Philly has road trips available now for Nashville, Arizona, Chicago, London, and more. Every trip includes airfare, game tickets, and an exclusive pregame party. Book your seat today with the official travel partner of 94 WIP and the Eagles Radio Network at fansofphilly.com. That's fans with a P.com.
Celebrate the legendary voice of the Birds, Merrill Reese, at Merrill Live. An unforgettable evening of stories, memories, and behind-the-scenes moments with Merrill Reese and special appearances from some of your favorite players and more. Merrill Live at the Scottish Rite Auditorium, Tuesday, September 15th. Get your tickets now at 94WIP.com. Presented by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. And Impriano Roofing and Siding. The best homes have an Impriano roof.
My grades were bad. I would get D's and C's.
I appeared to be doing good at my school life, but if you would see me at home, it would have been a completely different story.
I mean, it was just rough focusing on school when your mother is somebody you have to take care of. It got worse and worse and worse throughout the years.
There are students who need somebody.
They can trust someone, and it could be the first person they've ever trusted in their life.
Communities in Schools is lowering America's dropout rate by helping more than 1.3 million kids every year get whatever they need to succeed in school.
If something was going on at home, we would go just stop by Miss Liberty's office and talk to her.
Communities in Schools vouched for me when everyone else had lost hope.
You can help change the picture of education right here in your community and across the nation. Visit communitiesInschools.org.
I hear people say we can't save every kid, but I think that we can.
Hey, this is Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling. I've been talking about myself for all these years. Now it's time for you to hear from one of our great clients.
Investor Schooling lives up to the promises. Larry's a great teacher, teaches about the whole new approach to thinking about money. I've taken to heart many of the things that he's taught me, and my financial life has improved.
Come to Investor Schooling, and you could be just like Charlie and change your financial life. Go to investorschooling.com. We will see you Thursday.
Fall means football, and the ultimate game plan starts in your kitchen. At D&K Appliances, we carry winning brands like GE, Bosch, Wolf, and Sub-Zero. So whether it's game day grilling, chilling drinks, or post-game cleanup, we've got you covered. Family owned with personalized service. D&K Appliances delivers, installs, and supports every play. Visit our showrooms in Newtown Square or Flowertown, or online at dkappliances.com. D&K Appliances, the dependable difference.
Dawn Stensland here. There's a feeling that comes with driving a Mercedes-Benz. A feeling of confidence, craftsmanship, and arriving exactly where you belong during the Mercedes-Benz Welcome Home celebration. Discover exceptional offers on a selection of new vehicles, including the GLC and GLE SUVs. The Welcome Home celebration happening now. Mercedes-Benz of Westchester, Wilmington, and Atlantic City. YazAutoGroup.com, PIAZZA. Tell them Dawn sent you.
Kale and Company weekday mornings 6 till 10.
Cape May Mayor Zachary Mullet told 6ABC, we really wanted to make sure we didn't become the after party to some of the other towns that have already made this move. After 10:30, we all know it's not normally the best stuff that happens then, so to be honest, as a parent myself, I think there's a good thing, Mullet added. If we would just enforce the law and rock these little punks' world. That's what you have to do. Stop giving them slaps on the wrist. It's clearly not working, is it?
Start your day with Kale and Company. Weekday mornings 6 till 10 on Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and the free Odyssey app. sure to follow Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it now.
I'm so motivated after we vote, Robin. I'm going to go out and rent it. Well, I'll rent it. I'll find it on pay-per-view. What's the best cocaine movie ever made, Robin?
Oh, best cocaine movie?
Come on, it's a no-brainer.
I don't know which one. Which one do you think is the best cocaine movie?
Say hello to my little friend, Scarface. Come on, Scarface. The guy had buckets of dope, and what he wear snow.
Honestly, like right now, just talking about I'm having allergy issues, and my nose itches so much. I feel like anybody that's looking at me is thinking that I'm doing blow in the commercials. I'm like,
You know who needs to do some blow today is Matt DeSantis. Man, he's got all kinds of sinus problems and headache problems and all this other stuff.
I don't think blow helps that, Tony.
Why it doesn't? How come whenever I see somebody like Gavin Newsom do blow, and he goes, and you could see that there's certain movements.
I'm not seeing the correlation. I don't get where you're going, but Tony, since you did bring it up, and Matt, just in case you need this information,
Thank you.
I don't think you do. We have some amazing. We did this news back in April that President Trump was listening to Joe Rogan and a couple of other people who have been on this for a while. We have a huge opioid addiction problem in this country. I mean,
especially with veterans,
it
too.
is the number one killer of Americans, period. It outpaces anything else. Our military, our veterans are suffering because they are being given drugs that are making things worse. They are trying to self-medicate if they have PTSD. It is just a horrific thing. And there is a drug called ibogaine. That we did a story about in April that shows most 90% of the people that have one use of ibogaine, sometimes people need two. Their addiction is gone. They're not having to go through months of rehab. Ibogaine is looking like it truly is a miracle drug. Now, there was Trump signed it saying that he wanted to do it and look into it right away.
Right.
Something absolutely amazing happened. I think it was yesterday. I think we have the cut of back in April when Joe Rogan was talking about it.
And he was standing behind Trump.
Which is cut 15. Let's go to that first, and then I'll explain what happened now.
How this happened. I sent President Trump some information. We have a gigantic opiate problem in this country, obviously. In 2024, more than 80,000 people died of overdoses. It's a horrible number. And there's more than 5 million people that are addicted to opiates right now in this country. With one dose of ibogaine, more than 80% of people are free of that addiction. With 2 doses, it's more than 90%. I sent him that information. The text message came back, sounds great. Do you want FDA approval? Let's do it. It was literally that quick. These drugs are illegal not because they're harmful. They're illegal because of the 1970 Controlled Substances Act that was passed by the Richard Nixon administration. They did it to target the civil rights movement and the anti-war movement. It's not because these drugs harm people. And for 56 years, we've lived under those terrible conditions. We're free of that now. Thanks to all these people that you see next to me, and thanks to President Trump.
So that was
in April, and we did the story about it then. Well, ibogaine, one of the main researchers of ibogaine, is here in Florida, the University of Miami. And they have held, for lack of it, it's not called a patent. It's called something else, but it's kind of like that idea. And they have most of the information on it. and they have given the Trump and the Trump administration this information and the, for lack of a better word, patent free of charge, so that the government can get it past all the red tape so that we can get it out helping people ASAP. This is a huge,
absolutely
huge deal.
Because you turn your TV on and all you see are drug. And now there's ones for people who want to get off, who are also on addicted to drugs.
Yes.
But then all the side effects are like death. I mean, when death is part of one of the side effects, I would be reluctant to change it or take it until I have more research.
So if you or anybody that you know, any of your loved ones, is struggling with addiction, look this up. It's called ibogaine, IBOGAINE. Ask your doctors about it. Find out more information about it. Governor Scott here in, not Governor Scott, Senator Scott here in Florida has been a big proponent of this. It is actually derived from a plant. It is characterized as a hallucinogenic, but apparently what it does is it interacts with the neurotransmitters in your brain, and it notably affects the opioid serotonin and the NMDA receptors, and it severs the receptors that continue people going after the drug and not being able to get off of it. It's just absolutely wonderful. I am so excited to hear about this, because I don't think that there's anybody alive today that hasn't been affected by opioid in some way,
absolutely.
whether, themselves or somebody they know.
And what doctors do now is they just write out scripts. Oh, what do you have? Here, write this, go get this. And then a lot of times you're allergic to it. And I've found out, and many people find out just that way. We're coming up on the Drive at 5, Robin. It's the hour that we all wait for, the Drive at 5. We're not going to have any cocktails, though, because we have to go vote.
Yes.
Don't worry. Vote early and vote often. Now, we can't do that here in Florida. That's only in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and all those other things. 855-839-1210. We'll recap all the important stories, the big cocaine thing. There's so much to talk about, and we will break it all down with you in the big final hour, the Drive at 5 next on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You work hard for every dollar.
So it should work just as hard for you, right?
That's the idea behind Dollar General and P&G.
Ooh, Gain, Dawn, Charmin.
Crest, Old Spice, the brands you already trust.
At a price your family deserves.
You'll find them throughout the store.
And here's the part to feel good about.
P&G proudly supports the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and Yellow Glasses.
Those $2 yellow shades up front, every pair funds reading programs for local kids.
Dollar General and P&G.
Value without compromise.
The other side, that we can induce pain that is intolerable. And of course, Iran holds that option as well. Negotiate, but there seems to be so little trust between the two parties now that seems unlikely.
Voters across 4 states casting ballots today ahead of the midterm elections. In Florida, recent Republican-led redistricting maps are in effect. Those races could determine control in the House and Senate. Wyoming, California, and Alaska are also holding primaries. In Las Vegas, the murder trial continues today in the 1996 drive-by shooting of rapper Tupac Shakur. Dwayne Keefe D. Davis is the only person charged with his murder. ABC's Alex Stone is tracking the case.
They're getting into the autopsy, graphic photos in court, identifying features, his face, his tattoos, where the bullets went in and out of his body, a medical examiner showing how the autopsy was done, even though those who did it are no longer alive and no longer working for the Clark County Medical Examiner's Office, but describing what the reports say. Getting into some of the videos from MGM, the night of the murder, when there was a fight leading up to the shooting. They're going into all of this evidence.
His defense says a published admission that he had a role in the killing was just a false confession. Google announced it is buying a gigantic set of internal Spirit Airlines data for $10 million, all to feed its AI models and improve products. Google stated it will not receive any personal information from the data and that a third party will scrub any identifiable information beforehand. On Wall Street, stocks ended lower for the day. You're listening to ABC News.
In a recent survey of 123,000 wireless customers, Pure Talk was the only wireless company to receive 5 stars in every category: coverage, support, value, and data. What else do you need to know? Switch to Pure Talk today and get any plan, including their top shelf unlimited data plan for just $15 a month for your first 3 months. No contract, no commitment. Dial pound 250, say micro, and let Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team help you make the switch.
These days, heading back to school means more than pencils and notebooks. It means laptops, tablets, online accounts, and a lot of personal information moving across the internet. WebRoot Total Protection gives families powerful online defense tools with antivirus, VPN, cloud backup, identity protection, and more, helping keep your digital life secure throughout the school year and beyond. Go to webroot.com/radio and get 60% off today. That's webroot.com/radio for 60% off. Live a better digital life with WebRoot, because peace of mind shouldn't be optional.
In Massachusetts, defense attorneys are calling witnesses in the Lindsay Clancy trial. The mother on trial for killing her 3 young children, but says she suffered from postpartum psychosis and did not get proper medical treatment.
Losing ground. We're hearing these text messages between Lindsay Clancy and her former mother-in-law where they're struggling with what to do about these medications, which Clancy's blaming for worsening her symptoms. Some of the messages: "I'm not okay. I'm terrified of taking the meds tonight. I was never ever this depressed. It was brought on by the medication." And that's exactly the point that defense lawyers have been hammering at, and prosecutors, for whatever reason, are eliciting it with their questions.
ABC's Peter Haralambous. ABC News has filed a lawsuit against the FCC, arguing that early broadcast renewal proceedings against local stations owned by the company are a violation of the First Amendment.
The complaint filed in U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia states that the company had no choice but to seek redress for the administration's blatant retaliation against its news coverage and editorial decisions. The ABC lawsuit goes on to say that the FCC has targeted the company because of the content of its broadcasts, and that the FCC's intervention is an extraordinary assault on free speech. The FCC responding, saying in a statement, all broadcasters have a legal obligation to operate in the public interest, even Disney. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Another round of severe storms targeting parts of the Midwest, still dealing with floodwaters from a week of storms. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
In a recent survey of 123,000 wireless customers, Pure Talk was the only wireless company to receive 5 stars in every category: coverage, support, value, and data. What else do you need to know? Switch to Pure Talk today and get any plan, including their top shelf unlimited data plan for just $15 a month for your first 3 months. No contract, no commitment. Dial pound 250, say micro, and let Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team help you make the switch.
And now, Babbel proudly presents The Cat Chat.
Bonjour, monsieur. Yes, hi. I'm staying in room 22, and I was wondering if there was anyone I could chat with about my sheets. They seem to be making me just really itchy. Pardon, vous avez dit chat? Yeah, it's not a big deal. I just want to chat with maybe like the cleaning service, see which detergent they use. Just a chat. Chat. Please, I'm so itchy. Un instant, s'il vous plaît. Matisse, j'ai un client qui demande un chat. Oh. My goodness, I thank you. It's just a chat, really just a...
Voilà.
What?
Sir, you requested a cat to scratch you.
Traveling mistakes can really be absurd. Learn to speak like the locals with Babbel, and no one will mistake your chat for a cat.
Sir, please. Your cat.
Get up to 50% off on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to get up to 50% off. BABBEL.com.
WPHT, HD3, Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Now, The Drive at 5. 30 minutes of non-stop talk from Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
The workday's dragging, clock's moving slow. Then Philly hears a voice everybody knows.
Thank you for joining me.
Billy Swagger, microphone gold. The laughter gets louder with every story told. Traffic in the city, workday almost done. Turn up 12:10, cause here he comes.
We're just getting this party started.
No scripts, no filters, no holding back today. Just keep it real. What does Tony have to say? Turn it up and crank it loud. Hot takes, big laughs. Always feeling proud. It's the afternoon show with Tony Bruno. Turn it on, turn it up, and get ready to go. What you listen is plain to see. Why everyone loves 1210 WPHT.
Things are going down today. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And as Joe Biden once said, oh, that's right, it's not working.
That's what Joe Biden said.
You're not going to get COVID if you take the shots. Remember? We heard that one?
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I think Joe Biden said a lot. That's not working.
855-839-1210. It's the Drive at 5 or the Drive at 5 if you want to enunciate better. Lots going on. We got the Penn State story where the guy who was allegedly leading the cocaine cartel.
Pablo.
See, we always forget. It's Pablo Pledskobar.
Pablo
Pledskobar. Well, Wayne Atkins is Drive at 5. Come on, man. We're in Texas. We drive at 4. You can drive whenever the hell you want. What time is it on the West Coast? It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
I know.
By the way, talked to Kennedy today, and she's not going to be able to come on this week because she's jammed back from her wedding in Hawaii. And luckily for her, her wedding was a week before the big storms that hit Hawaii. They weren't.
Those photographs would not have been as pretty.
They weren't all hurricane strength, but the water that was just blowing over places. So we're glad that.
Now, Tony, we called for calls. We actually have a phone call.
Let's go to the
waiting
phones.
on hold.
Let's go open phone America. Someone
we
would
have
do.
Mark in Philly.
Mark, what's going on, man? Thanks for calling.
Am I the only one that's waiting to be answered?
Let me check.
I don't know. There might be some other ones, but you're the one that I see on the top.
Oh, that's awesome. I just wanted. I don't agree with some things that you guys talk about, but I am so happy that you guys are on all week because laughter overcomes everything. And as long as we agree on Beaver, this is a perfect world. But
what have I said that is possibly controversial that you would think that I'm some like white right-wing nutcase for using common
Mark
sense?
he didn't say that. He said he doesn't agree with you and everything, and that is allowed as well.
Yeah.
But Mark
But
probably
what is it that you possibly could not agree
Miss-
with me, Reed?
Oh,
Miss Robin. I didn't say Tony specifically. I said both. So, and that's where I want to talk to you
been a
about.
problem.
I'm the problem.
Robin's the problem on the show. I've been trying to straighten her ass out.
It's like I love Miss Robin just like I love what's her name? Anna in the morning. Oh my gosh, she is awesome.
I'm an
Anna.
guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me
so
about
Mark,
the Clancy.
Explain.
Yes.
The Clancy. I think this dude, the husband, is behind all of it. If I don't know how much you were listening to the case, but I've been following it pretty good. This guy his wife is the doctor of his ex-wife. The one thing he said was he walked in a room and there's blood splatter everywhere. The cop went in and he said there wasn't any blood. I'm telling you, like he's like really good friends with the district attorney. The district attorney bought the house like right away, like right after everything was like done. I mean, I think this is like another movie, like a Clancy movie. I guarantee this guy. We'll follow up in a month and we'll see how it goes.
Is it on court TV or are there cameras in the courthouse?
So you think Lindsay Clancy was set up by her husband and that she did not actually kill her children? Or do you think that she did, but she was fed a bunch of medication?
I think she was fed a lot of medications, and then she had no control over it. And another thing, the most recent thing was the Apple Fit Watch. Like that was showing like it was active, and all of a sudden she went down to like 50 beats per minute, which was like you're like beyond sleeping at that point. So there's a lot of things. I think this dude is, because he like got married right away to the doctor. So it sucks that all three. It sucks that any kid got killed, but I guarantee these two, the doctor and the husband, were in it together.
See, I hate these kind of stories because I don't get any kind of vicarious thrills or even intrigued by watching this stuff. Because a lot of people are suffering like that because they're over-medicated. You know, doctors, they do
well,
what
not
they
only
do is they
that,
write a script.
not only because they're over-medicated, is because they're married. That's why they're like this. No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys.
There should be
Hold on a second, Mark. But for
there should be a pill for divorce. There should be a divorce pill.
A divorce
when
pill.
you've had enough. It only worked.
It's like a blue pill, like a blue pill for marriage. Yeah. The opposite.
But you take a pill, you have an argument with your better half, and then you take this
take the pill,
and then you're divorced for 24 hours, and then if the symptoms continue for more than 4 days, then you get a real divorce. You know, it's like a temporary 24-hour cooling off period. Right?
Let's patent it, Tony. All right, what were we going to say, Ms. Robin?
Well, so two things, though. One is, I believe she admitted to being the one that killed her children. Like she said, she still remembers some of it, right?
I don't know.
At some point, but now they're changing her testimony, and then also to number two, is there he went to CVS or something like that, and there's a timeline of him doing that.
I don't even know what I'm doing with my life. Hour by hour.
I don't. And Rooney was on this morning on Cal and Company, and he said something. Well, you know, he's a quote unquote lawyer, but no, I'm just kidding. And then he said she admitted to killing, but doesn't mean that she actually killed him. I think. Don't quote me. Not. Don't quote me. Like that's not exact words, but he said something along the lines like she admitted to killing, but doesn't mean she killed him. You dig what I'm saying? That's coming from a lawyer.
I hope the truth comes out, but I honestly, but okay, here, let me rephrase this. If there weren't any doubts, if it was cut and dry and she admitted she did it, but she's saying that she's innocent by reason of insanity, do you then agree with me?
Yes. And if these pills weren't involved, then absolutely. But because of the
Speaking of that, I got to go take a couple of my.
Well, see, I don't think pills excuse.
Me and Robin will continue the show. But even like, go ahead.
I can't talk about. I can't talk about this stuff. I can't talk.
Well, it is very.
Man, I told you I love you guys, and I can't even talk on the air for.
I know. I mean, but listen. Why I don't want to watch these trials. I don't sit around all day and watch court TV or listen to these stupid podcasts about.
This one's important.
I'm not watching. I'm not. The only trial I want to see is I want to see Dr. Fauci hung. I want to see Dr. Fauci put up in a guillotine, and then I'll throw the switch.
Mark, I appreciate you calling in. And I think the bottom line is that I got at the very end of that is that Mark actually does agree with me. That's what I got out of that conversation.
Listen, I like having fun with the guy. You can watch whatever you want. That's my thing. But I don't. I remember back in the day, like the whole OJ trial back in those days. I mean, that was television drama. That was must-watch TV.
Oh, I know.
But now every day there's these crazy psycho cases going on.
Did you actually watch that? Did you watch the OJ trial?
Absolutely.
Or were you feeling that like, I can't
No, I watched it. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see obviously there was so many legends made out of that trial because everybody watched it. It was one of the greatest sports heroes of all time. O.J. Simpson was doing Hertz commercials. He was everywhere. He was a superstar.
I remember those commercials where he was running through the airport and jumping over people. I loved those commercials.
Jack in the back says, give him 5 more minutes, and I'm pretty sure he was going to tell us Elvis was somehow involved.
Now, speaking of mysteries, Tony, there is a mystery going on in Philadelphia right now that is actually kind of scary.
Has it been solved, or is this for real now? I saw this. I saw the pictures.
So this is cut 4.
But let me point this out. This is a Fox station in Seattle reporting on a story at Fox Philadelphia ran.
Well, there's a bunch of other ones.
No, but I'm saying
there are other ones that this is NBC 10 that I pulled it.
I know it's a Philadelphia station, but it's being run now by stations all over the country. That's what happens.
So there is a masked man that is chasing women in Philadelphia. Let's go to cut number 4, and then we have opinions. I'm sure
we do.
I'm sure we have opinions.
I'm out of opinions for today, Robin.
Let's go to cut 4.
It was right here that police say that man followed and harassed a woman who was out for a jog. But police say she wasn't the only one. They say that he moved throughout the rest of Center City, targeting other people and leaving them shaken. A warning tonight, a man in a Chilling Chucky-style mask, turning the streets around City Hall into the setting of a real-life nightmare.
You definitely see a lot of scary things out here, but someone in a mask is definitely scary.
In the surveillance video captured early Wednesday morning, a woman out for a jog suddenly finds herself being chased near City Hall. Police say the man hidden behind the creepy doll mask got in front of her, held up a cell phone, and repeatedly asked a chilling question: "Are you ready to die?" Investigators say the terrified woman ran for help, injuring her leg in the process.
That's definitely scary and it's creepy, so I don't know what his intentions are, and it really doesn't matter. So I hope that he's caught.
And police say the jogger was not the only target. That same morning, investigators say the suspect approached multiple people near Dilworth Park and City Hall, turning towards them and trying to frighten or provoke them, all while appearing to record the encounters on his cell phone.
I just think it's so crazy. I've never seen anything like that, and I'm down here all the time, and it scares me.
Now detectives hope these newly released photos will help put a name to the face behind the mask. The images show the suspect before he covered up. In one photo, he's wearing a surgical mask, and gripped in his hand, the doll mask. Police say he later used while confronting people across Center City.
Definitely just be more aware of my own surroundings, because just stuff like that can happen anywhere.
Investigators believe the man was not armed, but since he was recording with his cell phone, they're now investigating to see if this was part of an online prank. If you see this man, police want to hear from you.
That's why you got to have open carry, concealed carry.
How stupid can you be?
And here's the best part. It's right in front of City Hall in Philadelphia, which pretty much has people walking around all the time, day and night. It's not like it's some dark alley. It's right in front of frickin' City Hall.
When we lived in Philly, I got my concealed carry permit. There are going to be people out there that have a permit to carry, and if you come across the wrong person, whether you are armed or not, if you are approaching women by themselves and you are saying, "Are you prepared to die?" That's a threat. And somebody is going to take matters into their own hands. If this is for some stupid TikTok video.
That's why TikTok should be banned and removed. That's why you got to stay strapped, ladies and gentlemen.
You're an idiot. You are on a suicide mission if you think that this is going to get you clicks or if this was funny somehow. It's stupid. I mean, Matt or Justin, what do you think?
Well, I like going on runs. If a maniac in a clown outfit ran up to me and said, "Are you ready to die?" I mean, now do I have to jog with a pistol? I don't know. That's kind of horrifying.
It is horrifying, and but I mean, seriously,
well, if they get caught, Larry Krasner will release him, saying, "I was just a guy having some fun before Halloween."
Here's the difference between maybe you and me, as a woman. A woman is always thinking like that. You don't need somebody in a mask to make you feel afraid. You are always with your head on a swivel. You are always thinking that somebody can jump up on you. It's scary being and having this happening now. This is just a horrible situation waiting to happen.
And that's all over the city. And unfortunately, in big cities, you saw what happened at the state fairs. And, a lot of this stuff is because of online activity.
Yeah.
But why would a guy, as you mentioned, as the reporter mentioned, the bottom line is these people planned this stuff and then they record it. And one of these nights, somebody's going to put a bullet in that person and then that person's going to be charged with murder over some moron who's out there for whatever reason. You don't run around with a mask at night, terrorizing and chasing people without being held accountable.
Exactly.
And I guarantee you, if they catch this guy, you watch, they will all come up with an excuse for me. Oh, it was just some pre-Halloween thing.
It's so stupid. And 91 Sixers mentions that Tony TikTok was going to be banned until Trump approved the sale. I wish I had actually hoped that TikTok was going to be banned and stay banned.
It wasn't going to be banned. Trump just wanted the people who own it to be in the country, not having China control it. But here's the problem.
It's still
Whoever bought it is not doing what the Chinese do with TikTok, which is monitor what they put on there. What we put on TikTok in this country is a bunch of slapdicks who are out there producing content so that people can send them money. Did you just hear the news, the ABC News?
Yeah.
They're now going to have TikTok monetize. So if you want to send a TikTok turd a tip and say that fast 5 times.
But you can send money to anybody through TikTok.
This is a new feature that they're coming up with.
I know. It's a new feature.
Why would I send any of these strappers a dime of my money on TikTok?
I'm TikToked out.
I hate TikTok, but everybody's using it now, even all these mainstream media people.
Yeah, I mean, it's just another platform now. I think that I heard of a bunch of different people getting banned for things that they should not have gotten banned for. It is still being monitored by very leftist groups, and it hasn't really changed since China owned it. Like the TikTok is exactly the same, and I'd actually hoped that it was going to get better, but it hasn't, which is sad.
Yeah, it sucks. TikTok sucks.
TikTok.
No, TikToks
TikToks
are good.
are fabulous. TikTok sucks.
And I know sold to his buddy, kind of shady. Yeah, because Trump's buddy is supposed to be sitting there monitoring what they're doing on there. I don't care who it was sold to. It's not being run by the Chinese. Yet the Chinese run it better than we did. So why?
Well, the Chinese run it better for their own people.
That's my point, Robin.
Yeah, but not for the
because
Americans.
TikTok in China, which you would think would be more communist, is actually better than the communists running the TikTok. So I don't care who owns it. Everybody's going to make it, but I was Donald Trump's guy. God damn it, how did Donald Trump's guy do this to TikTok? He made that guy in the Chucky mask go running out in the streets.
No, Matt DeSantis brings up a great point
What?
that the Chinese TikTok for children is very STEM heavy. They learn things.
Exactly. We've known this for years, Robin.
American TikTok is brain rot.
Exactly. We've known it for years.
When the American company purchased TikTok from the Chinese counterpart, I thought and hoped that we were going to have the TikTok become more like what it was.
It's
and
going to be garbage
It is
because that's
still
what
garbage.
It's garbage because people are addicted to it.
It is garbage in.
It's worse than
and
the
it's
drugs that
garbage
one
out.
up in. It's worse than the drugs that woman who murdered her family are. It's absolutely garbage.
Now, Matt, you say that there is a STEM option for the U.S., but you have to choose it, and no one's choosing that mode.
Basically, yeah. So once you go on to TikTok, there are a few different modes you can alternate between. There's the generic
stupid.
TikTok, which is filled with nonsense, and then there is a STEM option, but I don't know of anyone that actually uses that
parents.
feature.
You're absolutely right. No parent is going into the kid's room and looking for Playboys like when I was growing up. Now they want to find out what their kids are doing and who they're sending money
It should
to.
be forced. If you are nobody under the age of 18 should be able to use regular TikTok. Only the smart option, just like they have in China. Our children are being rotted from the inside out.
And I'm not trying to suppress any company from doing things. And listen, that's what capitalism's all about. The bottom line is TikTok is garbage. Facebook is garbage. They're all garbage.
Road Warrior's correct. TikTok is the most effective weapon the DSA has, the Democratic Socialist Association. You are 100%. The socialists have TikTok in lock. In lock.
And then you have all these people, these TikTok, the content providers,
the influencers,
the influencer content experts
that are getting paid by the socialists.
Exactly. Listen, if you can produce content that people want to buy, God bless you. But a lot of people are not providing content that help people. They're just trying to warp people's minds and let them go out and do crazy stuff to try to make money. And one of those people doing crazy stuff is going to be blown off. Their head's going to be blown off right in the street. And I'll be the first person celebrating.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
No.
Yes, I will.
No, you won't. And that's,
why not?
Because
why would I be happy that a guy's out there running after women in Center City, Philadelphia, and if somebody pulled a gun out and blew his head off, who would be they would?
Nobody should be celebrating anybody's death.
No, if a guy's chasing you down the street and he's chasing you with a knife, and I'm there with you, and I have a gun, I'm blowing his head off.
Well, okay, that's but here's the thing. I just said that if I were a woman running and somebody in a mask is coming after me and saying, when do you want to die? I would be scared and I would be defending myself. And
that's what I just said, Robin.
I know, but I wouldn't celebrate the death. There is
why not? That's a creep off the streets. You got to get these creeps off the street.
I agree.
The guy thinks he's funny and he's doing some stunt. That's dangerous. That's how you get killed. That's how you justifiably get killed, Robin. Wake up. Wake the hell up.
But I still wouldn't celebrate it. I think it's stupid, and they need to have accountability, but I don't think I would I don't celebrate stupidity.
When you see a movie like a vigilante movie, remember the old vigilante movie?
Totally different.
When somebody who's a bad person gets blown away by any of the vigilantes, everybody in the audience cheers. If that 100%. Guy got blown away right in front of City Hall, right outside of Sherelle Parker's office, I would be there saluting whoever shot that guy. And I would, when I say celebrate, I'm not going to run out and do a dance around him. Jeez, Robin.
I agree. Road Warrior says, don't confuse celebration with justification. It's justified. It is justified.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. I'm not going to go out and do a happy dance.
We just had to make sure that you were using the right word, Tony Bruno.
No.
Before we go to break.
Justified. Wasn't there a series called Justified?
It was definitely Justified.
There's justifiable homicide.
And you know, if it's a scary movie, if it's one of those horror movies, unless you shoot them in the head, they won't die. They're going to come back to life anyway.
Charles Bronson was the hero we all wanted and needed. RoboCop was good.
I know.
I think they're bringing RoboCop
the vigilante
again.
Movie, I know.
Citizen Vigilante.
Yes.
We need more vigilantes now. And I'll volunteer. I'll be a vigilante. We don't have any crime here, luckily. But if somebody comes to my house, I'm locking and loading. I'm shooting first and answering questions later.
Just before we go to break.
Yes.
This is more information from the fabulous Matt DeSantis on Chinese TikTok.
Yeah.
Authenticated users that are under 14 are placed into a special youth mode that limits them to 40 minutes per day between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. And the youth content pool has emphasized things such as science experiments, museum tours, historical explainers, educational material, and other age-appropriate content.
That's what they supposedly do on TikTok in the United States.
No, in China.
I know they do that in China. That's my point all along.
I know. And
the point is
the way it should be.
We wanted to have an American owner do what they do in China.
I know. And then
but people think what they do in China is worse. I agree. I want this guy hung. I want whoever's in charge of TikTok brought down and have the guy with the mask, with the Chucky mask, go out and chase him down the street and then catch him and then bring out a knife and then like the what is the dead movies that they're redoing now? Evil Dead burns. Evil Dead rises. I want the Evil Dead to rise
on TikTok.
No, I want them to rise in the streets. I want everybody to go out, open your window, and tell everybody I'm as mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore.
You hear that, people? Tony is mad as hell.
Exactly.
On that note, when we come back, I might have a really good feel-good story to get rid of all this. Ugh. When we come back, 1210 WPHT.
Hi, Chuck McDougal here. Just wondering if you've had a bad experience with some beaver. Was it fatty beaver? Was it lean beaver? Did you get some of the beaver stuck in your teeth? Well, if any of these things have happened to you, just call Chuck McDougal and I might be able to get you some compensation. I am not an attorney, but let me assure you, I sure know my way around a beaver.
Retirement. Exciting, but also kind of scary. How do you create that paycheck to do everything you want to do? Tune in to the Retirement Spectrum with Alan Cohen, Saturday afternoons at 3 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
When it comes to your home, you shouldn't have to roll the dice with a small contractor or pay the high prices of a giant one. At Lemus Remodeling Group, a family-owned company, you get the perfect balance. Expert exterior remodeling from a team that's nationally recognized and neighborhood trusted. From roofing and siding to windows, doors, and gutters, the Lemus team delivers quality work, honest pricing, and a home that feels brand new. Call 610-GO-LEMUS to schedule your free consultation today or visit their website at golemus.com. Lemus Remodeling Group. Trust Lemus for a lifetime.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code INSTANT to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code INSTANT to borrow up to $10,000. Use code INSTANT to borrow up to $10,000.
This is the sound of Lucy, staying on top of her spending. You see, even though she's buying a new pair of jeans, she knows that it fits within her monthly budget. Because Wells Fargo will send an alert if her balance drops below her set amount. Yep, nothing gets past Lucy, or Wells Fargo for that matter. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
Hey, this is Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling. How many times are you going to listen to my voice before you finally go to investorschooling.com? I can't believe you haven't signed up for a class yet. You're going to learn real estate investing. You're going to learn stock options trading. You're going to learn things about money that you didn't even know existed. Go to investorschooling.com right now. Oh my goodness. This Thursday, investorschooling.com, and take that free class. See you there.
Progressive Insurance. Progressive can protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, RV, and more. In short, a lot of things. Bundle today at progressive.com.
At Susan G. Komen, we believe that ending breast cancer needs all of us working together. Because if you've just been diagnosed and don't know where to turn, we've got you. If you can't afford the treatment you need, we've got you. And if you are driven to honor the loved one you've just lost, we have a place for you here because of you. We're supporting those who need help today while tirelessly searching for tomorrow's cures. Visit Komen.org and be a part of our Susan G. Komen community today.
Now back to the Piazza Auto Group studios. Experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. This is Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
And the sad story is ZZ Top, the drummer, the only guy without a beard, has passed away, and they put their tour on hold. You know, he was the only guy in the band, Rob. The great drummer, ZZ Top, passed away. and they've announced that they're putting their tour on hold. But I got a story that's breaking right now, and our good buddy Matt Rooney and everybody in New Jersey is really going to be unhappy at this story that Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen just posted. As you know, Governor Mikey Sherrill in New Jersey is a crumb creep coward who needs to be removed as soon as humanly possible. So she's been pussyfooting, so to speak, on having to give the information to the Secretary of Human Health, the DHS department, the department that stops criminals from coming into the country illegally.
Right.
So she was supposed to have this material put into the office of the DHS. So now Mark Wayne Mullen just tweets this. Thank you, Governor Sherrill, New Jersey. We got news from your Secretary of State that New Jersey will participate with your DHS Gov in stopping aliens from illegally voting in your state. The 35,000 potential registered aliens we identified may only be the beginning. Look forward to helping New Jersey identify illegal voters and ensure election integrity. Now, I know a lot of people are down on this guy, and I'm down on him too, because he's not doing what he's supposed to do.
No.
It's supposed to be when people are in the country illegally and they've committed a crime, a double crime, because they're committing a crime by being in the country illegally. You can't take the word of a slime bag like Governor Mikey Sherrill that she provided the name of 35 potential registered aliens that are still voting in New Jersey. Why would he just accept? Now he's getting absolutely roasted. Cheap Girl says, are you kidding me? You believe her? If you were smart, which you're not, you would get someone to audit her election. You'll see she lost. My God, why did POTUS hire you? Matt Rooney, your thoughts? People are asking for the lawyer, Matt Rooney, who does Rooney Tuesdays here in the mornings on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. This is really, really bad. Why would you believe Mikey Sherrill? Would you believe Mikey? First of all, I don't believe any woman who calls herself Mikey.
Mikey, hey.
She hates it. She could be, and I hate to do it. I love women, Robin.
It's your shirt says so.
I love hot women, especially.
Yeah.
Mikey Sherrill, the Abigail Spamberger, the Kathy Hochul.
Yeah.
The lesbian chick up in Massachusetts who doesn't worry about kids because she doesn't like men.
Yeah.
They're all morons and should never have been elected by anyone with common sense.
I'm sorry, but I actually do agree with you. I'm ashamed of my gender in many instances, such as these.
And I don't want to, and I've said this to you jokingly, like when I see a woman driving, I'll say, women should not be allowed to drive cars. Women should not be allowed to vote.
No,
women should not be allowed.
When you start generalizing, Tony Bruno.
No, I'm just coming up with things how I think the country could be. I'm here about to make the country better.
You could make it better.
We must revoke the 19th Amendment.
Well, I do agree that it is the women that is driving the woke insanity. I do agree with that. And the misplaced empathy that is now a fantastic phrase, suicidal empathy, that women have propagated is an insanity that really should disqualify certain people from holding office, from voting,
driving.
I'm okay. I'm agreeing with you on that. Yep, I'm agreeing with you. Hey, Tony, there's somebody that's been trying to call in. I don't know if we're having phone problems again, but I want to give a shout out. This was a first-time caller. He was trying, Jack Fax. He was trying to call, and he's a long-time listener.
First-time caller. I love the people who tweet, long-time caller, first-time listener.
He's from the 66th Ward in Philadelphia. He asked we give a shout-out to his uncle Jim Breyer of Scranton, who was buried today. May he rest in peace.
Absolutely.
James E. Breyer in loving memory.
Awesome. And Clay Fuller says this. Clay Fuller, who is a congressman for Georgia's 14th district, Trump endorsed, says, reminder, dead child rapists never reoffend.
I totally agree.
If anybody disagrees with that,
I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Hey, since we were talking about the military,
Yes.
and we've been sort of on a downer this afternoon, can we do a feel good story? And it has to do with the military.
Absolutely.
So this is cut 3. This is the feel good story of the day. This is a man who was orphaned in Germany. I'm not sure exactly why he was orphaned, but he didn't know who his father was. He suspected that his father, because he's black, and during the 60s, there weren't that many black people in Germany.
Right.
So he suspected.
I think that guy Adolf had a little something to do with that.
He suspected that it was an American military person who was his father. He was put in an orphanage, and it took him 50 years, but finally through DNA and stuff. Let's just go to cut number 3. He will explain it. It is freaking awesome. It is a wonderful feel-good story. Cut 3.
For the first time in a lifetime, Joshua Schneelo meets his family.
You're home, baby. You're home. Yeah.
Raised in Germany by a Catholic orphanage for 19 years, Joshua grew up wondering when it would be his turn to go home.
Why is nobody picking me up?
Though he was never adopted, he never stopped looking for his place. Joshua remembers the prayer he made daily over a rosary.
Please, one day I want to meet my father.
A year ago, his wife gifted him an ancestry kit.
A little bit of fear that he gets rejected again. But I also knew that he has a family. He belongs.
A genealogy professional got to work on helping Joshua find family.
Well, hello.
And after finding a couple relatives,
she called me and said, I may found your father.
Arthur Colbert served 2 years in the military, stationed in Europe.
I did not know I had left a baby over there in Germany when I was transferred back to the United States. And if I had known that, I would have brought him back to the United States with me.
Without revealing his identity, Joshua called his dad under the guise of insurance needs, hoping to get a few questions answered.
And he actually opened the door by asking me, hey, I hear an accent. Where's your accent for? I said, from Germany. And he said, oh, I was German. I know Germany. I said, oh, really?
Was you ever in Germany? I said, yes.
Oh, when were you in Germany? He said, 1969, 1970. And then I became more and more nervous.
Was you ever in Kaiserslautern, Germany? I said, yes.
And I stopped talking. I was like, oh, I just spoke with my father.
And one DNA test later,
the laboratory called me and said, this is your dad by
99.9%.
And it was like, wow.
I said, oh, Lord, let's go.
We found him.
Days later, they met.
Both shedded tears because we were happy to have met one another.
Putting my rosary around his neck, the rosary I prayed every time when I prayed, he has it now.
And Saturday in Jefferson, Texas, Joshua walked alongside his dad into a room of people waiting to love him.
The biggest fear you have as an orphan is to be pushed away. Because that's what you had to deal your entire life as a child. Because you have to think about why I'm not loved, why I'm not home, why I'm not being picked up anymore. What's going on? What did I do wrong? I'm emotional too right now. Because that's the biggest gift you can get, to be loved.
Katie Parker, East Texas News Weekend.
Awesome story.
Isn't that awesome?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, I love that story.
Yeah, they should have gone on Maury, though. You are the father.
I mean, after 50 years to finally have family.
I love the German accent on the son, too.
Yes. So that's a wonderful feel-good story, right? To end the day on a good note.
Now, do we have to give him reparations?
No reparations, and I don't think that he has to pay child support either.
Does he have a Nazi tattoo on his chest like the wacko up in the Maine?
Somehow I don't think so, Mr. Bruno. So there you have it, folks.
You are
the
father. Meanwhile, and you know, as you know, in my DNA, I am primarily Sicilian, and African.
Correct.
So I demand any reparation bill that's put up through Congress, it has to be for, I don't care if it's the Democrats or Republicans. I want reparations because of what my ancestors went through, especially in Sicily, where so many different countries invaded and took it over.
Now, Tony,
I want each of those countries that colonized Sicily to pay me reparations so I can put a pool and buy a brand new pontoon boat. That's all I want. I'm not going to try to be greedy and demand free stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean, if a woman who killed her children can generate $835,000, we should be able to generate something from our fans, right? Goodness.
I don't want the fans to pay for it. We got to take a break.
Yes.
We're going to come back. We got to play the worst fans in America, ladies and gentlemen. We will tell you who they are in a sports update next, right here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-738-9900. That's 800-738-9900. 800-738-9900.
Every bank talks about service, but WSFS Bank shows it every single day. Locally headquartered and committed to the region for nearly 2 centuries. People in your corner who care about your goals. National capabilities that take you wherever you want to grow. And with the wealth management expertise of Bryn Mawr Trust, your milestones are just a whiskfus away. WSFS Bank and Bryn Mawr Trust. We stand for service. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Bryn Mawr Trust is a division of WSFS Bank.
You don't need another opinion, just the facts.
What caused that crash on the Schuylkill? Will it rain before the kids' game? What happened at the school board meeting last night?
At KYW News Radio, we don't take sides. We take notes, delivering the information you need to make the best decisions for your family.
The news you need whenever you need it.
Depend on KYW News Radio, Philadelphia's most trusted news leader for more than 60 years.
A great deal or more safety? Why choose? Mazda has been awarded more 2026 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus awards than any other brand as of June 2026, and has been named Consumer Reports' safest new car brand. Right now, you can drive one home for less at the More to Move You sales event. Mazda, more for you. Go to MazdaUSA.com to learn more. Consumer Reports does not endorse products or services.
For a limited time, get 0% APR for up to 72 months on eligible models. Visit Piazza Mazda of Westchester, Reading, or PiazzaMazda.com for details.
United Tire and Service proudly congratulates Merrill Reese on an incredible 50 years behind the microphone, calling unforgettable game day moments for Birds fans everywhere. To celebrate 5 decades of Merrill, United Tire is offering customers $50 off the purchase of 2 or more tires, or $50 off any automotive service you need. See store for complete details. Congratulations, Merrill. United Tire and Service. Don't drive alone, drive United.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-220-6409 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-220-6409. That's 800-220-6409. What do you have to lose? Call 800-220-6409. Again, 800-220-6409.
You can now tune in to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
All right. Big finish here, kids. Ah, yes, indeed. Nothing better than the Chicago Cubs and Chicago White Sox getting together and sharing bread, sharing fists, sharing kicks, sharing obscenities. Let's go to last night's action at venerable Wrigley Field as the Cubs and the White Sox fans let loose. Oh, look at them go. And the good thing is that the White Sox fans are wearing black, so we can pick them out, and the Cubs fans are getting their heads kicked in, and it's like 5-on-5. I hope this was on Fight Club this morning with Nick Cale and company.
Isn't it wonderful to go out to a beautiful stadium with your family and your children on a nice, warm summer's day and experience the camaraderie in
Cubs
the stands?
fans, and you throw away the record books, you throw away your narcotics, you throw away cheap beer. You know what I'm saying? God, it was horrible.
Such a wonderful time.
They don't have a 700 level at Wrigley Field. That's in the outfield, in the bleachers.
Is this America's pastime now, Tony?
You know, whenever the Cubs and the White Sox get together, there's like 50 angles of that fight because everybody is filming them. So that's the first fight that I've seen where you have we don't have any upskirts, but like the people in the back were taping, the people in the front were taping, all of that stuff. Ridiculous. And they ripped Philadelphia fans.
Well, this was a fun show today, Tony.
Yes, it was. I was trying to make it serious.
It was a little heated every now and then,
Not for me, Robin. I was cool, calm, and copacetic the whole time. The 3 C's.
Yeah, that's exactly what you were. Like always, Tony. Well, we want to thank everybody that joined us. Now, I'm kind of calling the YouTube chat room the favorite children. They're the true. I mean, the Bruno Mafia is anybody that's listening to the show and has listened to you forever. We've always called them the Bruno Mafia, and we do but I think that the favored children is in the chat room because they're
not the bastard stepchildren.
No, they're not the bastard step. Although maybe they want to be called that too. I don't know. Because if you have not had the chance to watch the show live from YouTube and watch what's going on in the chat room, you haven't experienced the show fully. Like you really need to be in there to experience, because it's like a show within a show. Exactly. And you don't want to miss out on that. So if you ever get the chance to do it, do it.
Yes, and don't forget to hit the like, which is the thumbs up.
Yes.
And then subscribe. Everybody that has a YouTube channel, oh, you better subscribe. And they tell you like 50 times.
And it doesn't cost you nothing.
Exactly.
It's zip, nada. We just love you more. We love you more long time.
Long time.
And we're going to be back again tomorrow. You're doing a doubleheader tomorrow.
That's right. Nick Cale in the morning. And then back here 3 to 6 on a What Up Wednesday, yo.
And now we need to go because we have to go. We got to go
vote.
And
we'll vote early.
Polls are open till 7 p.m. So we got to go.
Gadget. It's the Whack Pack. Thank you to the great Matt DeSantis, who's still under the weather. Justin Otero, always cranking it, yanking it, and all the other things you do when you're cranking it and you're not yanking it. Anyway, don't drink and drive. How about them Phillies still playing great right now, 4 in a row? And now we're going to do
Tony can see you, Justin.
We don't have a Penn State Coke Fest coming up at 7 o'clock, right?
We'll pass on that one, but we will be back here again
Tomorrow.
at 3 p.m. sharp Eastern.
And remember, don't drink and drive, don't text and drive, and God bless America. Because regardless of what anybody says, it's still the greatest place on God's green earth. Good night, everybody.